country they cry, and who that's now? Walk away, we are in a country. All man don't on the move. If in the danger, all man don't on the move. Civil society, all man don't on the move. Yeah, all man don't on the move. Stakande, all man don't on the move. Coach of children, all man don't on the move. You see journalists, all man don't on the move. Yeah, all man don't on the move. The country they cry, any voice they echo. With 2 million jobs for the youth that they get to. As you did promise, is how you manifesto. You don't pass 3 years, still today you did blame Nesto. How about you an artist when you just did launch? Just live for connect, for the end by bunch. And that make you travel over 5 cents per month. 20 apple. And for being that month, we don't see income, we don't see soda. 100 buses, we don't see Buddha. 4 years they cancel, you don't stay connect in school. This go in soda, they go away be they talk. Don't go inside and shell, they don't they talk now cause them pots they boil. They don't go say them fish cutting cause they want make it sell. Okay, they laugh, get up for smell. Every day, people and they die. We disaster them, we they ask so now why. When you sweet, sweet country, they cry. And who that's now? Walk away, we guys, and we country. All man don't on the move. If in the danger, all man don't on the move. Civil society, all man don't on the move. Yeah, all man don't on the move. Stakande, all man don't on the move. Coach of children, all man don't on the move. You see journalists, all man don't on the move. Yeah, all man don't on the move. They say they couldn't trust the process, Pafukari. The price them just the rise like Ogari. The people they want there, Baubadi. The story like Indian film, Baubadi. They can do. Pass they criticize. They use we and dog, we let me not civilize. Just like a dog, we turn for vomit. All over the country, they build party office. Then they withdraw, but them not they deposits. I told them self, then they shape and the profits. So they are in a witch, in fact then a cocoa. Who stand in the build, the new city, I put lock up. And me and people just they cut for we couple. When we demonstrate, then kill them talk up. Political prisoners, then they torture. From where they come every day, then they control. People that they die, we did ask them, we they ask so now why. We sweet, sweet country, they cry. And who that's now? Walk away, we are in a country. All man don't on the move. If in the danger, all man don't on the move. Civil society, all man don't on the move. Yeah, all man don't on the move. Stakande, all man don't on the move. Coach of children, all man don't on the move. You see journalists, all man don't on the move. Yeah, all man don't on the move. Ladies and gentlemen, the award for the leader with the life past all the leaders in the world goes to I don't call her but now we are his stomach. Thank you for your life for winning you. Thank you. In a sense, the one and only political Jila Musa. I know say if you sell her in social media again for ready for cosmetic snow. One thing you know for me, me not this the man. Me not it will cost. For almost 4 years now, I decide for 7 months and not say nothing. You know why? I dey observe na me corner. But what thing come out of me passport thing? I can observe say the thing they wanna criticize, the thing they wanna talk for the past government. All the thing they wanna talk like they wanna can do. In fact, una can add on them. Una can give them scholarships for let them fly. Hey, politics, I gave up the seat being born, I owe you pass mark. And this year, I just think my mom. The year one in the camp. And why they come here?
Okay, good evening, comrades of the APC, both home and abroad. Today, now the 12th of June 2022. The time is just about 3 minutes past 6 o'clock in Freetown, Sierra Leone, and that's 3 minutes past 7 o'clock in the UK. Me with the talk to now today, Mina comrade Owen Pesu, and this is the APC online TV platform, the mouthpiece of the APC, now the diaspora. I want to welcome everybody, and I want to ask everybody for pick up the link and start for share them. I believe the link don't come out now. Please let we share the link because you know as a Sunday and it gets busy nowadays, a lot of activities, people and get a lot of things already to do, but they need a little bit of reminder for joining to this very important conversation. Hey. I want to go straight to the point without wasting too much of our time, because today we get side attraction. The side attraction will get now one of the 21-man committee member. They can join me now so today for can tell we few things them, the new developments will happen within the APC. Of course, we all know say there's a by-election, one of a crucial by-election in the country. We SLPP they go all out for try for clinch by all means. The intimidation on pass mark, and I think say the people of Sierra Leone and the people of Sama Bendugu don't resolute their minds them for say yes, then go vote for APC and the APC that sits there. But of course, the BO governments don't bend for try for disrupt this election all kind of way. But today's topic I want for start with first. Now the last week we discussed about the result of the census. The census result we this government pool we then call the midterm census results. And the figures of the midterm census results is so I mean surprising for plenty people them, both home and abroad. A lot of institutions them, civil service, civil society organizations them come out with press releases them for tell this government say them figures yeah so now cooked up figures them we know match with the census, the population of the country. There was a drastic reduction of the population in the western or northwestern area, and then there is a massive increase of the population in the southeastern area of the country. It's so not correct. And institutions them that the country, up to even students them that the country, then pull press release for tell this government say them figures they are so they're not correct, they're cooked up figures, and they're not go accept her. Apart from the political parties them in opposition, you know, COP car with their own press release, and other institutions themselves car with their own press release. Quite a number of press releases then come out for talk about this this very thing will happen. So, but anyways, we want to introduce the wonderful co-host within our suit with today. We are no other person but Sweet Bonita. Sweet Bonita, please come live and say hi to we comrades then, please.
Good evening, comrades. This is your co-host, Sweet Bonita. As Comrade Owankaso have said, we'll come and talk about the issue of the same continuance of the midterm census and the disrespect, the abuse of rules and regulations in the country by the so-called current administration, which is the SLPP.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sweet Bonita. I hope say you safe and you okay now Sierra Leone, because the intimidation is plenty and you are one of our most important person on the ground where they do quite a very good work for we day, and we hope say you're safe, because these people are always going around looking for people to intimidate, to create problems for. Thank you for the work we do at the ground so far, and yes, Sweet Bonita, you okay? Not to no problems apart from the blackouts and the issues with the ADOP and.
Oh yes, I'm perfect.
Oh, okay.
Well, apart from that, I'm perfect. I'm perfect.
Oh, yes, definitely. We know
that's just the other of the thing.
Yes, because we get an increment of fuel prices don't go up from 15,000 to 18,000, and that's don't continue for put serious pressure on the people of Sierra Leone, the ordinary people of Sierra Leone. These governments meets the fuel price at 6,000 per liter. From 6,000 within just 4 years, the price of fuel will go up to 18,000. I mean, that's how many hundreds of % of increase, and people obviously not able to deal with this. And not only the fact that the thing's so expensive for the people of Sierra Leone, it is also not even they. You know, they even see the VL. So side and day you go for really go big, or you go for go bribe. You go for go add more money. You know, some people are now go for go put 25,000 or 30,000 for make you get 1 liter of fuel. Can you imagine that? For 1 liter of fuel.
So on Thursday, literally the whole of Freetown, there was no fuel station that was open. It was all filled. When I say still, all the stations, and they were instructed to do so.
Oh my God.
Somebody from above came and closed their own personal fuel stations, because we know people that owns fuel stations. And like you can call a comrade and says, hey, comrade Owankesu, I need 50 liters of fuel. And he'd be like, even the one that I normally take out is not even available. And Oga came today, or Oga sent somebody that I should not sell.
Wow.
That's how bad it was on Thursday. You cannot get a fuel at all.
Wow.
The whole of Freetown. It was a deadlock. Coming from Wellington, going down towards Waterloo, or coming from Waterloo, coming down to Eastern, there was no fuel station that was open. Students were literally jumping behind these, you know, the trucks that takes the sand and the stones.
Yes.
Students were literally jumping behind that, because some of them are having exam to go from point A to point B.
Oh my
yes, God. That's the way students were traveling. It was horrible.
In fact, because APC gets a rally, na Sama Bendugu, so the normal APC supporters they buy fear, so they close the stations them all over for make people not get fear for travel. But oh, they were disappointed. The amount of people that we reach now Bendugu. Well, then people there also good no CS, APC and the people of Sierra Leone, they're ready for deal with them. So anyways, thank you so much, Sweet Bonita, for the information. Political Barry, what I go advise you make you do, I want to make you facing your window. Facing your window. You go for seats opposite your window. So the lights from there will come towards you.
That's if you notice, I don't turn.
Yes. So just turn towards the window parts, then
let me see. Okay, hold on, let me just go to another direction.
Okay, I didn't mute you for now, yeah? Okay. You look better, Yanda, right now. We'll see you, they see your face clearly now. You know? That's much better. Okay. Well, of course, last week we talked about this I call them this census, the midterm census result where these guys they try for force down the people of Sierra Leone, for make them get the chance for get an advantage over the, Sierra Leone. And these are the institutions that we trust for make them able to conduct a peaceful, credible, free and fair elections for Sierra Leone. Unfortunately, them institutions they are so has been captured by the state. We see where a lot of people them get sacked just because of their surname and the region where them come out. Now they don't employ people them that their institutions they are so we say now SLPP supporters them, and also then go to the extent they make sure say these people are given more wages, they raise them money them, they put them in a strategic position them, and right across the country, to the northwest and the western area, for make sure say when the time they come for the elections, then people also go able to just do within they command them for do. Well, we don't smell the rats. From time immemorial, we don't smell the rats. And the people of Sierra Leone reject this midterm census. After that, then people also come out with a result of the midterm census. Well, if there's any press release where I can mention, we go against this one, I go mention the one where the FCC, the young press release from Yvonne Akisoya, the Freetown City Council. The young press release, it come out with evidence of factual data. In fact, the Minister of Education, the amount of students that will enroll for study, the amount of students that will enroll in the country from the age of 6 to the age of, I would say, let's say university level. When you check that figures there, it's almost the entire population of Freetown, according to the result of this new midterm census. So if the Minister of Education say that this amount of students them enroll, then what about them parents then? What about the one that we need to go school when our workers there? What will be their own population? But when you look at the figures, the disparity in the figures, we will come up with them figures and they just know for sure. Now, this is just a recap of what we don't talk about last week. We'll come up with them figures and they for sure now the evidences of the press release. That press release there was very, very fantastic. In fact, now a letter with the rights to Statistics Sierra Leone for telling them, say, we do not make a massive blunder. You know, so this it implicates the developmental programs that with the international community, therefore give we as a country. If you don't come up with a figure, with figures then, we're distorted, we're cooked up, we are not even check on our own data, now different institutions them, for see how many people then get when are teachers at the country. We are not check how many people then when are students. We are not check how many people then are civil servants then. We not just go give a vague population na the city, where be say the students themselves like the city almost don't reach that figure. What do you go? How you able to justify figures like that within them? But we will come up with them very soon. Now there's a letter we don't come up. Then people actually talk about, say, you know, the one for do the boundary delimitation in the country, and how we go able for as Sierra Leoneans for handle a situation like this with the boundary delimitation thing where they don't come up with. So I want to start with political eye barrier. Of course, you follow the census, you see what everything happen, you see how they come up with them fake results there. So and now the one can do boundary delimitation. You think say they will succeed for do this boundary delimitation, and why they want for do this delimitation? What's not the motive behind this thing? Where elections just lay down the road.
All right, thank you, Owankasu. Thank you to the other panelists, and also thank you, Sweet Bonita, and thank you to the viewers who took their time. First and foremost, the census was not necessary now. It's not timely. The next census will be 2025. The reason why...
Go on. I'm listening.
The reason why the SLPP organized this census is simple, and farm with a need for pay attention and listen carefully. Census, you use census for many things, but chiefly when it comes to elections, you use them for actually give seats to the more populated areas. For example, they say the Southeast don't get more population than, for example, Western area.
You know the Southeast.
So what that means?
The Southeast come out, so.
Yes.
Okay, but you just come out Freetown back recently.
Yeah.
About couple of weeks
yes.
ago, we come out Freetown. So
Yeah.
how you see the population at Kenema because they born? How you see the population at them placed in the? You think say
Well,
the figures also reflect with the gun?
yeah, first and foremost, I differ with the result. I disagree with the results of the census, and that but the purpose of this census actually is for remove more seats from the west, from certain area, and then move on to the southeast, basically, whereby the SLPP get stronghold, or the so-called stronghold. Because a census, when you get more population and area or a district, that district they get more seats in a parliament than so then they reduce from the one we get more population, and then they reduce from the one we get less population, then move on to the one we get more population. So that is the reason why they organize this census, and the results not reflect actual numbers.
The population of a constituency is supposed to be not less than 37,000 and up to 45,000. If you do within 37,000 to 45,000, that's the threshold for make you constitute a constitution, a constituency. So you not think say inside the southeast because of the population they don't get that much of a population for do that?
No, the population definitely not increase past the west or not. Definitely not, because if you look at the migration pattern, you go find out say more people than come out now the provinces, kind of the western area because of opportunities, and it's not different from since we SLPP come to power. There has been more migration from the southeast to the western area. So for me, then say places like the southeast don't increase in population, while as the western area, less population itself false, and it's not true. And this shows that the census is actually cooked up and not reflect the actual number of population that we get.
Okay.
In various region, yeah.
All right, like I'm quickly to Mr. Lawrence Fox, if you can unmute yourself. Mr. Lawrence Fox, you say, you know, I'm waiting at the social media all the time. You talk about the issues that where they go around Sierra Leone, and you get your own platform where they call, hey, salute, this is what we're talking about. And me now, one of you followers that where they follow you most of the time, and you can bring pertinent issues that would affect the people of Sierra Leone. One for first of all, thank you for that, and one for thank you for where you can at this platform also today. But today, one for to talk specifically on this issue of the, the plans of SLPP. And man, we seem like for say you they smell the rat before we they smell ourselves. I know most guys know so you get, but trust me, you they pick some points then where we they see from we don't see from afar. And you don't think say this rat we don't smell the rat or see the rat from far. For say them people are the plan for do some kind of delimitation for let them win this election. Waiting at these plans from Musa Isiam and waiting we're going for do for let we able for counter this. Over to you, sir.
Yes, okay. This is Lawrence Fox from A Salon. Sweet Bonita, I don't put my man for the watch you. It's my boots on the soil, then touch on a pressure.
Fantastic.
No, that's anyway, if you look at listen, census, na saloon, we don't get about midterm census. Look at the first. The first census we they make na 10 years. Like people that they make census every 10 years. Am I making sense?
Yes.
What's better they make 10 years basically because population increase could on day. Then when they talk about census soon now, then they look at the one the way born. Census is the make you see the Freetown mayor will tell you how much people are in Freetown. Because you know how much host them did. You know that the village, how much host them did. So it's a population density. Everything the government they do census. Because governments want to do development. And census they talk about like what? Census they talk about you bringing all political because matter be what's making you do this census. What's matter be you tell you say you're not trust the census where PCB do. And that first side for all. That's very serious.
Yeah.
Not because the census where APC be do. And the census where APC be do, now every kind of power. And the census where APC be do, no limit and say, the people that are attend the way vote so, now them look APC will do well so they not vote for APC. And it makes sense? That makes sense.
Yes.
The same people that will vote for APC so, now then same one vote against APC. Does that mean?
Yes.
So thank you. So Marabe don't see say the people that want development. Marabe is not developing Salon at all. You know that, you know. That makes sense. They don't develop Salon at all. So now make it force. If you don't tell and say you cannot do census. World Bank don't tell and say you cannot do census. Why? Because you don't have what? You don't have the technical for train the people and force. Then if you look at the census for, you know, you pay people and force. How you do census, you don't pay people. The computer for 75% of the staff were not paid. They only do when they talk about the census. When they talk about the census, so back home. When they talk about census. When almost people in the way they not come. So I will tell me say Salon population, because that's the wrong stupidity that sorry, I don't want to see that now on a show. If not me, I will blast that. Because if you look at the census, you're talking about the population of Sierra. How would you say the population of Sierra? Then you say people that they will not agree for me the concept. Does that make sense? It makes sense to you?
Well, that's the question. I value. Lawrence first don't say something very key now. So he said the people they're not agree made in constant. So if the people are not agree made in constant, that means that the census, they agree say the census is not done properly. So if the census is not done properly, why did they come up with a figure? They tell we and the international community for say this none of the census results for Sierra Leone.
No, okay, so sorry, wait, I'll just come back again. Sorry, 1 second. So tell me how much people are in no count. So I was saying the population that day. You saw them dumb. The man, oh, you dumb man, like you sick. Then sick in the head. Am I making sense? They're sick because if we count people, then we could say 10% not agree for me them constant. But when Malamo they say them count, what are they not counts now? How about people in the way they not count?
There you go.
What you tell me about?
No, almost people not count.
She's what you tell me now.
No, almost people not count. Yeah, so
I buy you, sir. Tell me now. I buy you, sir. You talk.
I buy you.
How many people not count?
All right. The main purpose of this census is itself a cynical attempt for redraw a map, so to speak. Try for, create for them a advantage for the election. And so the census itself, by law, it is illegal. Go challenge 2015 election census based on saying that now it make them win. I mean, the 2015 census not make APC win anyway. So how do you say, how then go say 2015 census make APC win? That now one. Two, the census is not, it's illegal because follow the timeline we're supposed to be, which is 10 years. So rightly so, the people did not take part because it was.
No, sorry,
Will I complete?
Okay, sorry, sir.
Yeah. The act itself is politically motivated. It has nothing to do with development intention because yes, one of the reasons is how you would distribute resources and know the population. And also, make no doubt about it, census, they play very crucial role in elections. Very, very important. And people need to pay attention. Very important. Thank you. Right.
Sorry, sir. So, just guys, one minute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you agree a quick rundown of the platform and welcome people inside the platform? And you should give me a take of the plans of this SLPP on this midterm census results and this.
Well, I'd like to say good evening to Agatha Contest, Dan Bonner, and we have Solomon Gebovajawa and what's here, Delwyn Thomas, Hassan Jallo, Mariam Numa, and Prezo, all the way from Bristol, Kadika Magla, and Webtoon Cullen, Adam Mambu. Regarding the census issue, apparently what people are saying, the proportion was not even necessary because that was from Adama. She was asking why was this taking place in the first place? But I think one of the questions when Lawrence was talking was like, oh, about the census. For me, it's clear. we had before from one of the chickens within the current administration says, if you're not SLPP, you're not a true Sierra Leonean. So last week when we had the gentleman, I forgot his name, he did mention that he wasn't counted, because most of these people that says they were not counted, they will say, oh, because they are APC. He wasn't an APC. He's a different political party and he's a Sierra Leonean. So they were looking who were Sierra Leoneans, and I think it's just the Southeasterners are Sierra Leoneans, because that's what you found that this is, it was the population increase in the South. But again, before they are doing the midterm census, they've already allocated seats for those positions that they wanted to come and put in the Southeast. So we can clearly see that these people were not doing it for the benefit of Sierra Leone, but they are doing it for a selfish gain for themselves. So when it comes to the census, it's something that we know the abnormality has been from the beginning. Because first of all, people that they sent out to work were not paid, they were not doing the job properly. And you ask most households, they will tell you, we did not see anyone. Nobody came to our house. And these are not, let's say, an oppositions. These are Sierra Leoneans. Not everybody is part of politics. But again, this is why I say to people, no matter if you take part fully or halfly or partly, whatever we do is part of politics in Sierra Leone. Let's call a spade a spade. So if you said you are not in it, you will still suffer from it. That's the honest truth. And this is what it is. As far as SLPP are concerned, whatever they are doing is what is right. Nothing else that is constitutional for them is not. As long as they are doing it, it's perfect. I think at the beginning of the show, you sang one of the songs that was played, says things that they criticize, they've done worse than it.
Yeah.
So they came, says, oh, we're going to say, we're going to do this. And then people said, okay, but they've done worse. Worse. And this is just 4 years. And you want to compare 4 years against the 10 years. These 4 years, they've done worse than has ever happened in the history of Sierra Leone. It doesn't matter who rules for 20 years, 25, 26, 27 years. Those 4 years, we have seen the worst in that country. And we should start to stand now, comrades, because if not, it's going to get out of hands.
Indeed. Lawrence Fox, this
going to get out of hands.
Sorry.
This delimitation, what they try for do, now the boundary delimitation, then we understand say they don't, the one, well, there's a document where the APC we don't see for some time now, before even the census starts. The plan was to make sure say pull one constituency out of Oloko, then put 3 extra constituencies then na the Southeast. The courts na Kono, Branca inside Kailong area, then creates 2 other extra one them inside the Southeast area. So basically they get like 4 extra constituencies and more wards them and more chiefdom them inside the area. Then we think say that's nothing way go possible, it will happen, and that will go for happen during the time for elections next year.
Yeah, I can talk now.
Yes.
First of all, I don't agree for the top of the census for that be noticing because it's illegal. Man, I be not to get power and a saloon with the things and I get saloon. No. If you're not president, you go table you bill in a parliament, lay an instrument. Am I making sense? Parliamentarians should vote for it, but the parliamentarians are not vote for and force. So as long as the parliamentarians are not vote for and force, that is illegal. So if that be me, corner force, corner is crazy, corner dumb. Corner force, if you accept that kind of figure, you know what I mean? Listen, I'll tell you something, I'm not telling you from long. Madabio wanted Madabio wanted a negotiated settlement. He wants a conflict in Sierra Leone. That go make you go, yeah, what's happening? What do go? Me at the Siam, me at the spiritual at the Siam. What Madabio wants is negotiated settlement. So remember that TF the for said. That TF the TF.
Yeah.
Remember that girl free everyone back, just go with your family. But this people not get for happening where. Because if the cost would put boots on the soil for camp for Madabio. The census is illegal, so it's boundary delimitation. If NEC make rubbish, APC not for grief for that election, they for happy. Then NEC for go. Am I making sense? I'm saying it from a civil point of view. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because what they're doing is, Madabio don't go on a full-time parliamentarian unconstitutionally. Madabio first for, I don't tell them I say Madabio first for me, not for president of Salon. You know why? Because any country where they tell you 3 years, Now they pull and they tell you, say, what is it? The election was fraudulent. You listen what fraudulent mean? If not Kenya, they don't cancel the election. True or false? They cancel the election. That's what we can have a new election.
Yeah.
So Madabio is a de facto president by legal terms. I don't know if Mr. Barry studied law, but by legal, he's a de facto. You're not supposed to be president for Salon. But they manage him because it's just one piece. So it's Madabio they try to do now. You want conflict situation, conflict. So when you talk about delimitation, you are not supposed to do. Why for do delimitation? For it, the census was not correct. So tell me how much people and they will not count. So because we begin telling me how much people they will not, then when you talk about the census, was it tabled in Parliament? Parliament to agree for the census, no? Was every political party members? You want to call one political party, not to APC number. Can be said that APC will send APC number they cry. Also, we were talking about the whole political party and say, no one census, no so. So first of all, his method is not legal, so there should not be boundary delimitation. And I got to talk about. If Madam want force boundary delimitation, then a Chris, because what they want a problem in Sierra Leone, and that's what Madam look for. And that's what they tell you now.
Okay, political Ibari, you don't listen to Lawrence Fox. You don't think, say, from the word go, Madam will not do the process properly, and the census was wrong from the word go. You don't think, say, this now will lead to the downfall of the SLPP when the election time go for come? This is not a recipe for either be a dictator, rig, or if there's going to be a free and fair election, then they sweep them out of the country very, very quickly. Don't think so?
We all agree say the census was not correct. It's not the right procedure and follow. And so we all agree on that, and the overwhelming majority of Sierra Leoneans agree. But of course, SLPP don't get away with so many things. You know, they don't bulldoze. You know, we say bulldoze, and they do. Now, but I want to just throw light on another thing where we get protected, very important here, because then adamantly they continue for say yes, then we use the census, but then draw the map again, the constituency boundaries and all that and how many representation various districts and they get. Well, one other thing why I hear about where I really want to make a explain to family about, which is the so-called professional representation where they want to introduce. And so if I get the time or you're able to give me the opportunity to explain really what is proportional representation, because a very complicated system where this add to the suspicion that the whole attempt for do this census and for actually introduce this system. And precisely this system, if they introduce and they will benefit hugely from this system. And who side and we know say they not go ever get a parliamentary majority. They don't create a scenario now whereby then we get parliamentary majority, no matter how the election come about, because at the end of the day, the census get for now determine the end of the result, the end results, you see. So there is a gameplay here, and which is very important. May we educate people about these things. May they not just hear proportional representation. They don't know what's in that, and then they're not able to resist, because when you know.
No, sorry, Salah, if you just 1 second, sir, 1 second. No, sorry, Salah, just help you 1 second. No,
let land quick.
So, and I go one dwell into that and explain what is proportional representation, because we don't hear it and they talk about that. And because then don't use for bulldoze, probably they will try for bulldoze back for can with that system there. So if the other round, you permit me to explain really what is that, and then what are the disadvantages and what are the dangers behind it, and so that farm would then go understand and we go prepare for resistance.
Okay. All right. We'll come to the resistance parts later on. As I've been telling you, we'll start the program today, that we're expecting one of the 21-man committee for join we very soon. It will come very soon for can talk to we about the recent developments within the party and the election campaign wouldn't go palm yesterday and then a couple of days or so. So we're waiting for the president to come live very soon. So before we let's go to Lawrence. You want to talk about the proportional representation? Just now I buy you the talk. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, technically, I will talk about the proportional representation was done in Sierra Leone after the rebel war because people don't get access to Salon constitutional retention a simple majority for parliamentarians. Madabio can't change the rules, so not Madabio for things saying I get Salon. Wait, because if we allow Madabio, he's going to become a dictator. And that's how they want APC members and say, for be conscious. Because when he gets sacked away, this man is a proportional. Sorry, Mr. Bawe, you see, let's see, that means at the end of the day, any vote someone they get to the parliament. If you not take Madabio, if you allow I pass this post, it puts years to 8 years or 7 years as president. Am I making sense? Yeah. So Salon constitution, they tell you simple majority for parliamentarians. Now make way pull 10 parliamentarians, you cannot just go take 10,000 votes for APC, 1,000 votes for SLPP. I will just take the number, you go put them in a government. That's wrong. Am I making sense? Proportional representation is just a section of people them we you don't get access for cons them.
Nice.
You don't get access for cons them, you don't get access for talk to them. Am I making sense? So that they don't cook the census figure for make sense they book. So if we allow, because the constitution, look at the Sierra Leone constitution, they make it clear. Simple majority for parliamentarians. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Presidency 55%, which is because they don't say tribalism business salon, they don't say regionalism did. Am I making sense? Yeah. They don't say that they did. I mean, they make a 55%. If they make a simple majority, the possible say free and the number will win. Don't go look at so no one in Southeast. But no, Salon we all you. As Swiss monitor this way come out Southeast and me Paris still.
Yeah.
If I can blast them, but both of me Paris and Mendeo, man they set and me Paris. You know what I mean? Always at the cost. But that don't mean say that don't mean I don't like them. They are my friends. So now they make that 55%. People they were that constitution. They were not stupid. Because you need for each other in the Southeast go talk to them. But they don't say the North. The Northwest is in the majority. The Southeast are minority because Freetown are the Northwest. And Freetown get populated. Housing and all kind. You know that. So now they make sense. But I'll be one for square the process, make the process so that it will be in the majority. Then we can begin change law them I want to. And Madam is not developing Sierra at all. We voted for Madam Bio, you know they give what you want.
Well, I think this is very, very dangerous for Sierra Leone. Political ivory. This is very dangerous for Sierra Leone because the way and manner how they don't begin to move, and just like you say, they don't get away with quite a lot of things them already inside these 4 years. If they allow them again for go ahead for do certain things, then like what you talk about, so the proportional representation as well as the boundary delimitation. What are we going to do as people of Sierra Leone? I know say yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's just briefly explain to Fambo the ultimate proportional representation. In a very layman term, it's actually a system where we now distribute the vote proportionate to the population. What does that mean in practical terms is that during the election, you get up to, let's say, 5 candidates. Them 5 candidates and they with them political party. So what in that they happen? What thing will happen? This time you get 2 types. The first one I explained to. The voters then get like 5 choice. Now, out of that 5 candidates, then they where the political party then go they decide. And so you, the voter, now you they mark or you they select or elect 1 to 5, meaning by numbers. You say number 1, I'm my first preference, number 2, I'm my second preference, number 3, I'm my second preference. Now, for break that down, let's say you get Abu, Suri, Cherno, Alpha, and Mohammed, all of them from different political parties, and then they're named in at the list. So you they tick number one, according to who that you want, say number one, Cherno, number two, Alpha, and so on and so forth. So when you tick number one, then you go back, you go to the second preference, you go to the third preference. Now, when the return officer they check, then they count and they use what they call quota. For example, if now total vote of 250,000, you get about, no, let's say 25,000. May I put the number down? 25,000, and you get a quota of 5,000 plus one. So because you don't divide 4 candidates plus one, for make them get that 5,000 as a threshold. So the first candidate where they take that 5,000 plus, now in don't win the direct mandate, we then call. So after that, now proportional representation, they aim at for make vote now. So then vote here now, then they divide them back now. So then this vote way over the first candidate, because you don't get 5,000. If you get like 6,000, that 1,000 votes now, then they distribute them to the 4 candidates. So the next one they go come, you get like second position, then himself go through, third and go to the third person. So the last people then will be eliminated. So then votes are not a waste. That is voting at the proportional representation. So at the end of the day, one constituency will get like 3 members of parliament or 4 members of parliament. So meaning not only will parliament could go like 400 members of parliament, and then you go get so many political parties inside our parliament, because take for example, and also independent candidates, because not a one like where we constitution day direct vote would I get 2 candidates and team up, or 3, 4 candidates would I get the majority and go win straight, the rest for them. You understand?
Okay.
That is not the case in proportional representation.
Okay.
So
I think say from a layman's level, it's a bit complicating for understand. But the bottom line now for letting guys who get an advantage for make them able for stay in power. That make the bring out all the strategies they are so for put the system in a manner where will make them able for stay in power. Because if this thing left like I left so like I did so, believe me there's no way SLPP will survive come 2023. So all this work with the department, midterm census, they don't spend money, they don't do all what they do, even the one that we go do the enumerators there, we go around the country. They're not paid the money, some of the part that we then go with, they're still not able to even return ourselves because they're not getting the money. From when they say that they give them 30%, they give them 30%, some of them 70%, nothing. Even then, SSF come up with a press release for tell this government say the figures were wrong, we not do the work properly, we get some of the figures and also I'm not forget the data them. All of that now for find ways to make them able to stay in power beyond 2023. I think say make a go to speak.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. The whole attempt is for increase the parliamentary majority, and then also this therefore play a role in the presidential, because make no doubt about it, then therefore use this data for claims say then win more votes in the presidential. Because remember say the presidential election is a straightforward contest. Would I win 50 plus?
Yeah,
you are true.
Yeah,
you understand. Yeah. So reducing the population of the north and western area, essentially what you don't do is for make sure say the number of voters registered also will be cooked and then justified by the census.
Yeah.
So when you go to presidential contest, obviously then go win by a narrow margin, even if that is the case, it will be narrow margin, win now win, elect now 1%.
Yeah.
Remember the last election, now 0.7 or 8%, them they beat APC.
Yeah.
So now I make farm with them need for by any means reject this census, because this is where the elections are going to be decided. Make no doubt about it. It's no more about policy and whether the people then get for vote them out, but the numbers are already being cooked in their favor.
Thank you very much. One can quickly to Sweet Bonita, let's do a rundown of the platform, within the commentaries, and would get for welcome inside it. Over to you, Sweet Bonita.
Well, we have here from Adam Mambu. She says, well, even Marcella Samba, right? I think she's one of these
civil service,
civil society people, right?
Yeah.
She said she wasn't counted. So that says to us that apparently, yes, this their census process was not right. And also we had this, I don't know if you've also listened to the press release from the mayor regarding the deduction that they made in Freetown.
Yes.
Before they said 800,000, all of a sudden it's 600. So what happened to the 200,000 students?
Exactly.
So it's like the abnormality of these census, it's so enormous. You can't really just say, let's forget about it. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had when political Ibarra is talking about being the majority there, we saw the APC had more parliamentarian. Forcefully, unconstitutionally, they removed 10.
Mm-hmm.
What came out of it? Nothing.
Yeah.
So even if they choose to bring 1 million of the Southeastern, when APC come back into governance, if it's 99.9% are in governance, in fact, maybe the 99.9%, everybody will be removed. And then they would decide to taste their own medicines and see how it feels. Because to be honest, I don't see this is going to work at all. And, you know, being civilized with these administration, I think it's time for all of us not to be civilized anymore. Because we saw like yesterday was supposed to be the rally for the APC, right? On their way to Magoroka, getting past to go where they're supposed to go, they were stopped. Again, I will also want to send our prayers to the ones that had the accident that are in hospital. Today, this morning, we saw Samara Kamara and the team were there to speak to them and to also sympathize with these people. But it was rather unfortunate. Why are we accepting this? They blocked them from crossing. And then we had Judah coming to pass. Go where? When do you know there's rally going up of the other political party? If it's not just part of intimidation. So when it comes to the SLPP, we should not be saying, oh, let's wait. We should not wait anymore. We should not, comrade.
Okay.
I'm speaking to Sierra Leoneans. We should not say, let's wait tomorrow or later. No. If they come today, we fight today, we fight now. We put them in their places. Because I've never had, let's say, when Samurai is on his trip, you see him having a conversation with any military personnel or police officers. No, he just carry on, he moves on. But for him to come down, and in fact, it was even explaining these things that you are doing tomorrow. If this person is not here, what would you say? That person will come and say, I did not authorize you to do X, Y, and Z because it's illegal.
Okay.
For the first time I saw him talking, it was wrong.
You know what?
It was wrong.
Bonita, I don't know for other people, but me, first of all, regarding the census, regarding the boundary delimitation and the proportional representation tactics we need to try for gerrymander themselves into a power come 2023, this platform, they stand in solidarity with all the other institutions. Then we don't condemn this census result and the census and the plan to them gets. And this platform, they stand with the people of Sierra Leone for condemn all and reject everything we then the plan for do. We know the acceptance today, we know the acceptance tomorrow, and in order for be possible, then figures that I would then come up with will not be accepted. From the time where then for use that maize in a parliament, we don't know use them for table that bill of the midterm census. We don't know use them. From that moment, still way it go wrong. Where APC reject them. I tell God thank you that APC nor ever take them back, them foot back. When they mask them foot say, and I will not reject them. 30 days we don't reject them. And not most of the opposition leader then do not ever master the oath for go with self there with their family. Civil society people then do not ever master the oath for go count them. Boku people and when are business people and civil servants do not ever master the oath. People that go to market and go sell every day and they're not going to the oath, they're not even going to the marketplace for go ask the following constant. So majority of the people of Freetown were not counted. If you as a government know say you not count majority of the people there, Lawrence Fox now ask the question. If you know say we are not count certain people and how much of the people are not count, they don't know. So basically this platform, they reject them, they join the other one them for reject them. But I want to come over to just some this now. We talk about the Samoa Kamara and maybe the APC supporters, maybe they go for rally na Sama Bendugu. Me the video me see the Majiji when me see inside Magburka. The Majiji when me see inside Magburka. Make I just share that video quickly. So as I go one short video where they can shout now. Make I watch that video. The momentum where people and develop na Magburka, the next for na Sama Bendugu. I think it's an trigger and people are so for and say, hey, probably the car for them. No watch them. Well, I tell you what, now something like this will happen on Friday night inside Magburka. Well, on Thursday, they make sure then stop all the fuel stations in the country made not sell fear because they expect see all roads will be leading to Sama Bendugu. But APC got another plan for them. Inti Fatima Biobi talk say na APC that get all the fuel station in the country. Well, them proof yesterday get they lock all the fuel station in the country. Who say APC pull fuel on Friday for move for go Sama Bendugu. Well, look at the population. So they go block people then from this momentum where they see so. So over to you, Lawrence Fox. You don't see the video and what do you think of them? You don't think so that the kind of momentum in this way people that need that Sierra Leone right now for go? You're muted.
Mr. Wankasu, I just want to say so small. We got what's called intent clause. Intent clause in the constitution.
Yes.
That's in the change by big food.
Then they change
people that they vote. Parliament, they never vote, not a parliament they vote for. They never go and count we first don't vote to agree.
Absolutely.
55%. That 55% force. When you want change that because you get for affect me, and we get for agree. They don't say the people are not stupid to write that constitution though. They look and say they need the north, the south, the east, and the west. The question is Bonita and Mende. I can say Mende now and get power so I come up before me. Like the APC come up before me, but we're friends. Am I making sense?
Mm-hmm.
That so get exchange clause. So man, you know just the calm, just go to parliament, you do any kind of stupid, you know. That census is not correct. Yeah. Number two, it gets an exchange clause where for change 55% to simple majority. It gets an exchange clause where they tell and say that figure the way they make so. So now look at what Duguna go understand. I don't know the exchange clause because I don't tell you I say about the politics itself. I don't say I'm from the one.
Yeah.
Now if you look at people that get right for I like me picking them. If I'm president, me the APC, then the SLPP, and they dance every I'm a provoke like. Now let what can provoke. I'm dancing. What you do because I happy see I provoke them. Say welcome on the phone. I said I will beat you now. You know, like I say we drink. This a minute. So APC get right for rally, any salary they want for rally, you should have security. That's why we should have the security apparatus. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
The police not for day for SLPP, the police for day for the people of Sierra Leone. So this they show you say it's symbolic. Say when they mess up election, then they go see something. But if you're not careful, they make like a phone and call. Now keep this video and show us so. They're going to do that for the Sankona Salon. People don't want it again. They don't lost the mandate from the people of Sierra Leone. Sorry, the mandate, they don't lost it. So all I'm sure they do so. I don't tell them that's what matter what and negotiated settlements. But then next week somebody say now you something you next you uncle. What you say for the work out. But the point they make here is people have the rights to campaign. People have the right, so you can promise them, you deliver. If you don't trust me, you don't say Fox can at this program. You don't give me, we don't come in also. So you can convince people, and when you can convince, and there's convince, also, you vote for her. If it's possible, and there's say go and ban it for 8 years and agree and vote for her back. Coming to the benefits. I don't say what's a man I'm funny. But me and Escobar don't want to take picture. I don't want to go and watch the man else. I mean, I don't want to watch my house. I don't want to go and Escobar house. Am I making sense? So allow people to campaign. Allow people to make them vote, then vote. If you want to stop people, then because now they put the court case. Maradio is playing with fire. I know the fact. That's what people in chat. Maradio is playing. When I mark the word, Maradio is playing with fire. The people they don't reject and they don't want him. They don't want him. They don't trust him. They don't trust him. They don't trust him. Believe me, they don't trust him because they lie. They lie. Lunge Bridge, you don't give Lunge Bridge.
Okay.
You give the Lunge Bridge.
Political library. We see a video they make rounds. Say, the convoy of the APC supporters them will be the left Magorka for go Bumbuna to watch Bumbuna Sama Bendugu. Police then block them on their way going. What's not the justification for that on that day? Because really and truly, we serve as APC not for encourage then thing they again for let not happen. But before you go to that question, make I just share this video quickly. Might see if not the video this first.
The police are saying they receive command from the vice president today. So we don't for going inside, we for campaign. Now they can't block you at each point, say we don't know enter inside. You know, as well as they see. The police are then a lot of the same vice president inside. When are we on there for campaign? Whose kind of intimidation is this? You know? Most of them think side about this nation. No, wait. You know, Honorable Timujalo, and lots of big guns there. You know, they can't block we. Now this first checkpoint, so we don't for enter inside. When are we on there for campaign to the level? PPRC, ONS, ECSL, we will make sure say we will watch. What did go on? We there for campaign vice president they inside. They say we don't for go inside for go campaign. And these are proper intimidation, proper embarrassment, and the proper FTI. And we on there today, the 11th of June 2022. Now they get police there. Well, the point here, Gaspar, we say we know for enter inside because vice president did it. You know, also they get live updates from the tagman, voice of evil till Samson. So again, they for tell us we know they fear nothing. Every source IPC we did it. If APC media feel much.
All right. We don't see this video. Let me get a stop there. And I understand say not to even one checkpoint then do for them. Then do a second checkpoint also. We then block them the back. We understand say armed police officers then be did it. To a point outside some of them be in a bush, they don't go, they don't a bush now, they don't lay ambush, they don't point guns them. Where even the crowd will be the calm, the convoy, they not be even see the one in the bush. So this is like a war zone, like a situation of war fair where they happen in the country. Political Ibari, are you able to analyze this for me? Are you able to comprehend this kind of thing here for me? You know?
Well, first and foremost, the incident was not necessary. The way it happened, the police, simple communication before don't resolve any issue. You know, the police, obviously, then they're under tremendous pressure. You see, one thing about the police and army structure is a structure created in a way that if you then command, you obey. Even if it don't make sense, they give you command and you obey. So the whole problem here lies with the government, the Interior Ministry, and them for able to manage the situation because we are living in a democratic society. The day of campaigning was definitely that day enough for APC. So APC now come out illegally. So that must be established as a fact that APC not violate any law. Then legally get rights for come out that day for go campaign. If there is any emergency, let's assume what in they want to talk about, well, the vice president in the simple communication, been for not able to find way for resolve the issue, but for go lay ambush against civilians, then that is a low, that is a very low, what they call very unprofessional. The police, as I say, I know they get they're under so much pressure, and most of the commanders then they fear say, well, there will be consequences if they not do something, and by trying to do something, then they make the situation more worse. So I think moving forward, the police commanders or the superintendents, units, and they need for find a way for de-escalate rather than then focus more on saying, let me satisfy the boss. Because then agree, this is a government, this is a democratic system. Now, the whole scenery was horrifying, and my heartfelt condolence to the one that we lost their life under accident. And, also, I wish the one that we injured under accident without Puda or boss during the trip and a quick recovery, and we pray as day with them. But the responsibility for security lies within the government. The government is responsible for the protection of every Sierra Leonean, regardless of political difference. So the incident is it's rather unfortunate, and it is unacceptable. This kind of thing to happen. Elections will be conducted in a peaceful atmosphere. Come on, not to you future you they lose, not to you life you they lose if you lose election. When you lose, you try again. That is what in APC they do. We lose election, we are trying again to win. So, okay. But SLPP in a bulldoze mentality then get, violence and intimidation, and this is very dangerous because we are lucky we get somebody peaceful like Dr. Anisko Mawe, fall safe in our jail during in time. He maintain total freedom and respect for the SLPP opposition. This kind of thing that not really happen, and we hope that the SLPP for try for withdraw from this kind of raising tension, unnecessarily for common by elections of member of parliament. It is not necessary for people that lose their life or get injured for this. It was absolutely not necessary.
So, Lawrence Fox, waiting soldier man in the go do na the place. Waiting soldier man in the go do the. This now the day for APC for make them rally. Now the day for APC for rally. Waiting Jule they go do. Waiting Jule they go do they. Waiting soldier man they go do. Armed police officers them. Waiting they go do they. Huh? Unmute yourself, my brother. Unmute yourself.
Now when they allow them? Now then they allow them. Because soldier man not supposed to involve in civilian matters. And the people that for trust the police. But European Union don't tell, APC, European Union don't tell you they don't trust the police. They don't trust NEC. So what's the matter they look for? The rest they look for the guy in the ITA. But I'm back to the guy for ITA. I told them what was coming to Sierra Leone camp in the ITA because What did they do so? They take advantage of the people. They doesn't respect the people. They violate the constitution. But they don't lost in mandates. Am I making sense? So Jamal is not supposed for date in civilian matters. When Tijan Kaba came as president, after the, you don't say see Jamal because you know that's how we get war. No, so because I want to go back to the days and become a salon. I can always tell people in London 2015. Yeah. So when Tijan Kaba be legal, see the Jamal, they respect you, then they free you. Now the close protection I was for Tijan Kaba. And where the policeman and they get business. Am I making sense? Yeah. So policeman, so Jamal and civilian know they get business. The only people that forget business now. Now civilian and policeman, but the policeman for no serious. I tell you, what did you go today? About don't tell you that say what's the matter they want? They want in negotiated. What do you understand is
negotiated what?
Negotiated settlement.
Okay, so it don't dirty the water for himself.
Exactly, what to negotiate?
It dirty the water for himself. You know what go easy, so they want them big and say, no, not
exactly.
1990s. Not 1990s alone.
That's what he wants now.
Okay.
So no, madam, you beg back. Madam, you beg with the beg you. Hey, madam, you okay? Go to your money. You don't thief because one piece. You know they happen. This clip, you know they happen. Big man, you know they happen. Which will put on the soil, you know they happen. Madam, you have to pay. Madam, you get for pay. People that die in a Sierra Leone, where a Syrian bell war and kill people them. Madam, you promise you a lot of things. Ali Kaba was one of the ones where they chop people in hand and they end the country. So remember, they're in a free tongue, so they're not doing that. Madam, you want some negotiated settlement. Only time when look at Madam, when they say Madam, they give it. When they say,
yeah.
You know, so next they go to KPC rally. You know, so they go to McKinney. You know, so they go to Kenda. You know, so that's they pass all side because what you want. The total people coming out. But when the people that they come out, it will be like a food sanko. Then they go for her. Now, in there they come for. Okay. The will get some first time DNA. They're coming for him.
All right. Thank you very much, folks.
I just want to jump in quickly if you allow me just a minute.
Yeah, so go on, sir. Sorry.
At the talk of the perspective of APC towards the situation of Salo, the APC party not the kind of power with the aim of coming to revenge against anything. We now a political party, we basically believe in unity, peace, and harmony, and in fact forgiveness. So we main aim now for make sure say APC Sierra Leone develop. That is the aim of APC. That is the philosophy. We not believe in violence, thuggery, like how SLPP the practice. We not believe by force, by fire.
Sorry, sir. Wait. So 1 second. I just want to answer 1 second. No, sorry, sir. 1 second. 1 second. Because I say with a mistake. Sierra Leone get law. Sorry, sir. 1 second, sir. Sierra Leone get law. Sorry, sir. Okay, sorry, sir. We don't lie. Workers we don't lie. Make you know,
so basically,
yeah, sorry, sir.
Basically,
sorry, sir.
With all this provocation from SLPP, we on focus is for we send we message to the Sierra Leoneans them that may give we the mandate we go solve the problem of that country. We different from SLPP, we then are power conscious, na the mentality, and that the supporters of Sierra Leone and them who even vote for SLPP need nothing for fear that now them be right then and they for say we want change, and if they vote for SLPP not deliver, we they come to them back and ask them for say we not give we the mandate because we not don't see say we've been better past SLPP. We might not be perfect, but if not been we been there, we not be for go this BN. Probably if we not go before self, we not think for don't get this kind of situation away from 6,000 a liter of fuel to 18,000, climbing to 20,000. So this is the message we want to send to the Sierra Leonean people then, that we want to make our life better, not to all turn sonko and halala and stress, Okay. And so SLPP, they do this because they're desperate, they don't fail, and we don't want to fall into that entrapment because they try for portray we as Abasitani, confusion people them, and halala and this. But we have been conducting ourselves in a civilized way, respecting the laws, even though we know the court cases against we is politically motivated and it's done by proxies of SLPP. And so, but we still respect the laws. We obey and abide by the rules. You know, there is no violence. We never fight. We never do anything. It's not that we are afraid or we cannot fight back, but because we want to maintain unity, peace, and cohesion. We don't tire with this negative image of Sierra Leone going around the world all the time. If not to war, Kotan, na Ebola, if not to Ebola, na hunger, or something else. So
Okay.
we from the NPC want to move away from that.
All right. No problem. Thank you very much. Let me not delve into this one too much. I've been telling her at the start of this program, say we get one of the guests them where they can join. We are a member of the 21-man committee. We can tell we the new development of the APC. First of all, before we go into the new developments of the APC, of course, we get this by-election rally we APC for do. And of course, we don't begin touch on that. We don't show a video of the Majiji where the APC starts from Magburka. We started sleep. We then ready for move the morning term now for go inside Bumbuna, from Bumbuna heading towards Matura area, then they for go inside Sama Bendugu. We then go and encounter so many problems with the social man them, police them. We are not supposed for Didi, for television, Jule Didi and stuff like that. So we representative from the diaspora inside the 21-man committee, we everybody know as Legal. So you don't join me now on the platform. I want to welcome you, Asan Legal. Sweet Bonita, sorry, because I want to give me updates, but let's just go straight into them. Sweet Bonita, I hope you're okay with that, yeah? So Asan Legal, welcome to the platform. And you know, one of the 21-man committee, they represent the diaspora, and you've been there na this rally for go na Sama Bendugu with the other members them. I don't know now how many been there together or whatever, but talk to me about that. Just give me like a synopsis of waiting happen, you know, that patrol day.
Thank you very much. Now good evening, everybody. Let God help we all, let God guide and protect we all. Specifically regarding the question of Sama Bendigo, yesterday, we all converge na Maboka. Some man we don't go the night before, some man left very early in the morning. So we all converge for left for go Sama Bendugu. So we left in groups. So now one group first go, now we get information say as you left Maboka for go inside, let's say they go towards Bumbuna. We get information say they don't block. There is a barrier blocking us from going. So we self left. We go. We meet other comrades them, including Hassan, Honorable Hassan, please. Then they all be done park. They don't allow them for force. So we say we go. They will park because there is a barrier. So we approach the officer with our AIG Tommy. We're now former head of CID, but we don't transfer from CID now. Go Kenema, Brianka, Lomley. Now apparently now the AIG and we recover the north. So we'll go meet and try for talk to so now they will be dating Naim, the former Secretary General Alliance, and then himself new vehicle come, himself come park. Shortly after that, the flag bearer aspirant, Dr. Samura Kamara, himself come with in convoy. They all come back several other vehicles in Canal because the convoy be so long, but tell them plenty. I mean, these guys then block the road. So basically, when they try for talk to them, they say they no go allow we for go due to security reasons. So me specifically asked them, waiting at the security reason, and say Jules Jalo they inside it. So if Jules Jalo they inside it, it's insecurity. And there are other ways when I will manage the security situation. Actually, give we guards them who go guide we. until we pass wherever June the day, we'll not go clash. And I also say to them, the best thing will happen, we're supposed to happen. Now, for let we go, we all meet up June the canon and be cool, say hello to people, and shake hands to people, and all man scatter. So there's absolutely no security threat on I can block me for. And obviously, prior to obviously the campaign then we don't send the timetable where each party for rally or campaign, SLPP get them this them, we get it beyond this them. SLPP then don't campaign though. Yesterday now we own day. Then we tell we say we not for go inside because June the Jalo did it. You know, so we'll be really upset. Because then do on the one part the days and back be supposed to go campaign. I didn't tell we say the president will sleep in it. So then change with dates. So begin to remember if they want to do any activity and why they not do on the young campaign dates? Why not we on dates them? So yesterday the people in Tower say no, today with the course now, yeah. People will be ready for that yesterday. To be honest. Wow. Now, life and death situation will be the part because to demand them day with well armed with gun, ammunition, them. Then team up no more, they wait for instructions. That's what then team up. So at some point, this AIG Tommy, we don't see say detention there, right? Now order all man for taking position. The policeman then are always there, so Jaman. They still all man taking position. You know, not two of them we don't plan. So now we see they all begin to deploy now the different all man holding gun now, points them gun there. Samoa Kamara grab AIG. He plead with them. Say today now we day for campaign. With people and they wait for we. The AIG say no. They say no go allow we because the instruction the way in gets say there is a security threat because June the Jalo did it. Samoa Kamara say no, this is not right. Say this is not right. You know, so we supposed to go. So that statement and they will make, I believe say that they sort of embolden the some of we own security man the way they around the grassroots supporters and now. Then begin to make noise. Now then go hold the barrier now and then lift them up.
What are them?
We own then security the like Saboya security them and other people away to no more.
All right.
Then grassroots supporter them. And then go hold the barrier, then lift them up. So some policemen there, including the AIG Tommy, they rush, then go try for hold and for put them down. So that was a bit of a tussle. Then they try for put down. Woman they push her up. But eventually, woman they succeed for push them up. Now the first vehicle approach. So the motorcar they approach, they say they afraid and they give way. So I see that motorcar they can, the other hand they behind, constant. All man they are like, now go, so all man rush go inside motorcar them. So now that way they will manage for bulldoze yonder. Wow. So we be the thing say the worst now, like how they go with the feel say they will open fire. You know, but you know, God so good, nothing like that not happen. Oh, so we cross yonder. We cross, they happily, they go now, they go and talk to them people last pass. Mark, who if you say that was the end of it? You know, we go to, because see that side, they call it Matura or whatever.
Matura,
yes.
The school border area, that area.
Yes. Matura, and then they go block with force. So carry on, they go. We'll get to another place back. This was like in the middle of the sticks somewhere. You know, it's like us there, no they you know, middle lane, and then they go put another barrier.
Wow.
Block weaver. We meet different personnel, then the different officer, then they, you know, they have the same thing. They say they don't allow we for pass because Jule they did it.
What?
So we can't try for talk to them. Then say they make tawa. Same thing no more. You know?
Oh my God.
Eventually, the same thing happened back. Oman them bulldoze back.
They say the second one must come in with them impact some side.
Nah, but between me and now, obviously, anyway, not all thing I want to talk. Let's not implicate people. Yeah.
Wow.
Apologies to them. I don't think I will talk on television. Yeah, I mean, one would carry with them one use for block, but we get some of we train man we strong so much to that. The motor they try for can block, then they push the motor car, they're able for resist. They're able for resist for letting the motor car up come. So there was a small gap because the motor car will almost come for car across the road now.
Wow.
So one small gap be left now where they be able to block the motor car, let not pass, let not block that side in the vehicle and pass. You know, so all man pass. But what pass here now, the officer them, they not stop though, they sort of like chase we. Then come pass with, and then they on top bike, then they on top the van them. Since now, then they call it emergency. So slow down, we give the road, then pass. So if you say, I don't know, then they go elsewhere. Not knowing, then they go back for go block we.
Wow.
Then go reinforce. Yes, as soon as we pass Bumbuna, as you left Bumbuna, one curve did for go towards one hill. I don't meet them get back the same officer, but this time them don't reinforce, including Soja Mandel, Ledona Bush, to gun them.
Really?
Seriously. Every election I walk front, I'm gonna put this light on, excuse me.
Hey.
I think that was where Tamura tweeted a shot on sight.
Yes. Because the soldier man
That was the tweeting.
It's like rebel war. Seriously,
Really?
the soldier man they don't a bush. I died in a bush. Now we reach day, we break. But yanda back what help we because they see the crowd where they be in the group, the party.
Yeah.
Because that Bumbuna area, if I meet them put big speaker, they play music. So we stop the force, talk to the people,
yes.
Allah, make noise, play music, people and gladdy. So some people from Yanabak join the group now, the convoy for Gona, Sama Bendubu.
Yes.
So that crowd they back where they see the whole rich day, but put people are now the where they na Bumbuna day. I think people are informed and say they don't go block the convoy, and it's not far from the Bumbuna. So, but come on, be the left man now back for can join me back for can see what's in the appeal. So again, talk to them people there, then it's tawa. So eventually, the same thing. Brush them aside. The people are be ready for die that day.
Wow.
You know me every time, each time more people they go, it's like my body. I just expect like bullets.
Wow.
You know, because the soldier man they hold them, gun them. Now instructions no more. Me facing are two things they say with that day. One, I believe say them afraid because Samoa Kamara did it. If them be open fire, the international community for reprimand them. Don't obviously Yansane bin did it. I feel say them two things then they done the fact say now the north we been there.
Yeah.
If now the southeast then here happen with the young people them can major them. A different you for the talk right now. We just need one trigger happy soldier man for pull the trigger.
Yes.
And then before create some kind of disaster. But luckily that's not happened. We cross the third checkpoint back. We go, you know, and the sad thing will happen again when we reach now the place, eventually reach now Sama Bendugu. We meet the people all on desert the tongue. The place so empty, people ghost town.
Wow.
So they drive slow, they enter. They say to you, say, what's it happen now? Not see the people they can't get there, what to be expect.
Yeah.
So now tell me, driver, let begin blow the horn. They blow the horn, so they begin blow the other vehicle and back, they blow them on them. So noise begin to come, so begin see 2-3 people and begin to come out, they come out at the streets. Say people and begin calm. So eventually we'll go park. You know, calm down, begin talk to the people. We notice say the shops they all lock. Them bolt the shop, they then big padlock, they lock all sides.
Wow.
So what's happening? They say, the people let me so happy when they don't see we in the air. How them don't can tell and say they don't arrest Samura Kamara, how we they don't dilute and then they come na the tongue they go dilute the people and the tongue they.
Oh my
You know, all
God.
into then they say make the people afraid. They all they lock the shop them. They go hide. Who say them go? I do not know. But eventually they may get for come out. They all then come out in the numbers. You know, and yeah, I missed one side. On the way, what will be the go? We meet up Julie Jallo in convoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so meet up in a wood.
Mm-hmm.
So now and then stop. We stop on one side. And then come pass. So when they pass, they used to because we did towards the front.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know whether Samoa Kamara and vehicle or Yansana and vehicle or both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they stop. Then talk. Julia Jallo talk with them. Then CLO talk fine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Nothing not happen peacefully.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they talk down and then go, we say, I say, see, this will be the talk. So all that stupid security threat will be the talk about. It's got nothing to do with security. Because now what happens, so now we self they expect it will happen. We meet up doing there, nothing will go happen. Exactly. Then pass peacefully, you know. So don't reach to the place, hold several meetings with the people, them. Try for give them courage, tell them they're not afraid, nobody, you know, let them come out and vote. And apparently, me understand, say that seat they say na APC be winner in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Now then game, they no more let me play, then go give the SLPP man, we don't turn to the paramount chief now.
Yes.
So I made that seat, they don't become vacant. Yes. So I made the seat. But they no say the chances for let we win is so high. And I made they come up with all the intimidation, you know, practices they are for put with people them off. And that's way I believe say if we know make the presence felt, give with people them confidence, time come for votes, then use that same tactics, the people in they can vote. When we see who enter, the people all go to hide. But a better way happen back, at least we don't know. So we all don't resolve, say now, if we go there on a regular basis. Go spend time with the people, give them courage, encourage them, make them believe, let them come out. Say, for let we change all them bad here where they happen to it, depend on them votes. Let them not afraid, they need for come out and vote.
Okay. There's also something which sadly happened on the way back after the rally and stuff like that. You want for Thursday?
On the way back?
Yeah. But the rally that Sama Pendugu itself was a successful one, notice, because we get a lot of videos that will come out, plenty. The message it land home, yeah? They get home.
Yes. It wasn't so much of a rally because then guy go and block we so be enough for go a little bit late.
Yeah.
So now meeting them no more, we get to the people and talk with them. You know. So left them with the play music now, give them confidence. Some of them we don't be open, then shop them back. You know what I mean? So it was positive in that respect.
All right.
And the other positive thing is the fact that we managed for bulldoze for go because if then guy the day before manage for resist we, that day before be the order of the day.
Yes.
Anytime we enter the day for they do the same thing.
Yes.
But the fact that we're able for bulldoze and make sure say we enter inside Sama Belugu. That was a big slap on their face. Massive slap on their face. You know. So coming back on the way, with the approach Bumbuna back, just going towards Bumbuna. In fact, I'm to cut away the cam, where they go the other side, and then they stop by and tell we for say they don't block the road and they wait for Nayanda.
Okay.
Say Sujaman they don't block the road and they wait for now.
Wow.
You know?
And that was
now
in the
we says, yes, in the evening now, on the way back, or the turn back. You know? So I said, well, there's nothing we can do. We just go for go, just like how we come, now the same way back we will go. But maybe the feel say probably this particular purpose, not for just block. I be feel say them block deliberately because they want to arrest people them.
Okay.
They want to round up people them. So now the only fear that they will maybe get, see, maybe they will go block with our people in Kandong for go to go carry around up people, arrest, bonically, and cuff people, and other fear they no more maybe get. So now they will be there on the way they go, obviously, because now convoy, so then the way they slow because of the bad road. And reach one side where this vehicle come, one put away load some of who supporters them. It nearly hits one vehicle because it not be a break. So now it balance, now it go wreck just by the edge of the road. Now it break.
Mm-hmm.
So I be there smell something like we must kind clutch burn or break or something, some kind of metal. I tell them say that must carry something not burn para. So at some point I saw the passenger that they calm down, the people that they calm down. So now we continue small or go. So, but before we reach now, because this was very close, we get one steep hill, we get curved. So what side them put the barrier just out on the outskirts of Bumbuna,
Mm-hmm.
So we the approach there now. So we stop with vehicles, some of man and one wet. At him up they talking a phone. I just see this loud boo. So I turn, I see this bus they come with full speed. They go down the hill, break noddy. They don't go Alan no more now.
Wow.
I'm telling you. So now them pass, they go down the hill. So we self will just touch you and then we eat now.
Wow.
They expect the worst. But because the hill get curved back, so watch until it disappear and the curve. So not see them again, but we still hear the sound where they go take. Now you say go for them, boom.
Whoa.
So we all rush to the scene. But by then some of the vehicles they don't pass. They don't already go now outside them block. They say they put military truck them.
Yeah.
They don't block the road. Policemen and sojaman, they're all over the place. They don't allow people them. So that's how Dr. Samuel Kamara tweet back.
Mm-hmm.
He tweets back, say they don't go stop them back from leaving on their way back. So we will be left behind. We see that they will all rush to the scene. So man will be there around with the help now for pull people them. Now God no more. Now God no more. I see some people in damage. One woman in shoulder now, one other lady now, so deep the cut. You go right inside. Other one they survive, I don't know. Now God no more. But luckily they survive, but the damage then is permanent. About 15 people were seriously injured.
But any fatality at the moment since then?
No, one die. One should be dead. They confirm one, but the driver, young brother.
Oh my God.
Now be the workers, the apprentice. If all the motka be the go down with that speed,
yes.
Team up na the remote. We see him at one point, he attempts like say one jump.
Oh,
he almost come out, now go back inside because the speed where the motka be the go to make you afraid.
Oh my
so if one jump come on, I go back inside. So go meet at the accident. A meter in the dome na gone. You don't damage the hip. You don't twist.
Oh my God.
The bone where they between the hip and trunk down. Yes. So I go meet her in the dome in the tonton. I ask him what's my name. Say name Ibrahim.
Shit.
Just for make sure say he able for
he respond.
You respond. Say name Ibrahim. And ask her if you okay. And I say, no, he say, I'm not okay. Say, right now, stick the inside me. Say, stick the inside me. And I say, okay. Now, I'm bone, yes, not to stick. Now, I'm bone, we don't broke. Now, be the feel. If you say, not stick. So now I tell her, I say, okay, no worry. I say, now, just don't get accidents. I say, now, small pain, no more, you feel. I say, but it will be okay. I say, they try to get help. So call them bike man and now begin to go up and down with the get bike man and they loads on them, and bike for them, go inside Bumbuna and other hospital them. Though we own vehicle back, we tell the Bobo be the drive. We're not to Bobo self. Now one part the honorable AKK. Now him be the drive. Yes. So we left behind, we load 6 of them inside the one that we injured. For let carry them go, boom, now we reach In fact, now it make them go able for clear the barrier because they
Wow.
don't block. But where AKK go, because it not be the plan for break. It just they go the way any side we see gap inside bush, inside and come out, stay reach now the front, and they go and blow you on, put
Yes.
emergency on, stay get people away, because they say we don't say accident not
Accident
take
on the
place. Yes. So, but according to AKK, it say even at that, the people will not be one for open the barrier. If the people and they die, they not be one open. Say, but pass where they say if they insist, they can't look, they see say being, it's say now somebody else grab now, say, but the people are then pass mark. Now the person now go ace the barrier, we in drive pass. As they drive past now, all the other vehicles will now follow.
Wow.
All the other vehicles and follow too, yes. So in no get hospital na Bumbuna. So you go all the way Magboka. Na Magboka hospital, yes. And they go
Oh
to
my
them.
goodness.
Yes. So we been the worker now. Because I tell until the barrier they open, most of the motor they don't pass, they don't go. So we go and stroll now, small, they go down. We the hope says until we get bike, we go carry go at least na Bumbuna. Because you're not be there too far from Bumbuna anyway. So luckily one jeep been there where they notice say we vehicle don't go.
Yes.
So then go left the young people in Bumbuna and then turn. Then come for we. Because
Right.
the worker they go down, see this jeep they come as they see we and then come towards we and the guy turn. He say now we come for.
Wonderful.
So now we go inside, yes. So now then we go na Bumbuna. So they say we call AKK. Now that didn't confirm now say they on the way for go Magboka. And this week country how they be enforced. The one that they can go na Bumbuna na the hospital, they not bother touch themselves.
Yeah.
How them go EBB then day and so we go meet them they back. Nobody not touch them.
No, walk about.
And they tell you that they turn then they in pain. However, we talk to them back. Get for arrange for ambulance for take some of them, carry them go Magboka. It was really stressful. They say while the hospital labor academy, the driver who say him been there with a few other people them. We go there, but at least they now miss they don't treat them in an aid damage, the boss.
Wow.
I don't know how deep, it boss bad, but we made them don't treat them, they're all happy with other people, and maybe they respond, then they up now, and they able to work out and talk. They'll call for ambulance and can't take some of them for go Magboka hospital. So eventually, Honorable Aaron Conte know somebody there, we get vehicle. I think one contest for symbol in that area there. So now in vehicle with driver. I didn't go left wing na Magboka, go meet AKK na Magboka hospital. Honorable Hassan Priest. So them been there to the other patients, them that lady was say his shoulder had been with his hand been broke. He said if I been go meet and they tell you I talk to he say then Salema to I just courage select patients, it will be okay. So I've been so happy when I meet them, they don't stabilize her now, they don't treat them, they don't bandage a hand and everything. So they did at the hospital say around 10:30 in a net. Say the bobo will die, we try for contact in people them. Then safe can meet me at the hospital, they cry, we talk to them, pay for them bills, them, buy them medication, them and everything. So eventually we'll be left because we'll be all exhausted. We'll go McKinney and McKinney will sleep. This afternoon now I will say we left and we can return. So it was terrible. That guy they're so desperate, but we get for make a lot of sacrifices. If we not team up Tranga one, and then same pattern that they go use for the 2023 election, that intimidation, voter intimidation, so that people will free for come out for come vote. But what happened yesterday, I mean, in a way, it was very scary, but I was happy, and I feel a bit lucky and privileged to have witnessed what happened yesterday. And I see some of the heroism of we members, them, including some of the leaders of the party. They were fearless yesterday. Them people let me fearless. You know, like we don't push somebody na the wall.
Yeah.
You don't push her na the wall. Now that kind of reaction they are see from people yesterday. They be ready for die. They know they look the gunman, they say the soldier man, they will not shoot no more for now. You don't care. We they go.
Wow.
All they were interested in, we they cross Nayati, they we they go. They make that message they clear and indeed they cross. You know, so that was absolutely brilliant. You know, so I'll say bravo to all the brave people, and obviously including we all, because we said we didn't risk no more, but now God no more, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I know say now anybody is Sabina God, because somebody before just go crazy and pull the trigger, and that would have been a completely different story.
Oh my goodness.
So now that's happened.
Thank you so much, Asan Legal. We don't hear your narration of the events that will unfold yesterday is very, very emotional, very, very touching. I believe so the viewers, them, we don't listen to you right now. Some of them go in tears right now. It's very sad. And that is kind of like what you say, is sweet, sour kind of, narrative we just don't listen to. It's a success in one, angle, but indeed also one way very sad because of the fatality we'll get, and then the injuries of the people that we'll get. That's a very, very sad one. But first reaction, just make a quick because of the time. We'll get for also ask Legal Hassan another question back. But let's just react to this one quickly, then we'll go to the one day. Yeah? Oh, Political Library, please give me a quick one reaction to that.
Yeah, well, it's once more kudos to Una, where we now take this brave stand, and where we now also take with our time when I go there. Kudos to Team Dr. Samura and Bayan Sanel, them we then left them, put them, call them, go. But this shows how this government desperate. But this is not just a by-election. Voting a vice president, they go do na them places, then they talk less of a president. Normally, they expect say people like Napoleon, them, people like Prince Ferdinand, and then for go to them places, and they, for campaign and all that. Not to the head of state, not to the what they call Pambai election. I mean, this is not a general election. So this shows how desperate the people are. The pauper is really pauperism, in the blood. So, but yeah, the police them back. Moving forward, we just advise them maintain law and order, and make sure say this kind of tension not ever happen. Then behave themselves professionally, and hopefully these things could go without any bloodshed. And I also once more reiterate my condolence to the deceased on that accident day, and then also the one that were injured. We really touched by the ordeal, and may the Almighty grant them a quick health and make them back how they may.
Yeah. Okay. Now just go to quickly to Sweet Bonita. Sweet Bonita, feel the emotional face and the reactions from you, we Hassan Legal with the talk. What is your reaction to this one? And I believe say the platform serve people and they make them comments them. So if there's anybody. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I said, well, thank you to Liga for literally explaining to us what happened. And they said, well, this is one of the strategies for the SLPP to reduce the voters, the supporters of APC, because again, that was something that the rally or their campaign yesterday wasn't something that they just got up to do it. It's something that is already in the diary. It's not strange. They should aware what was happening. But all of this was just like, again, the information that they sent to the location saying, oh, those ones are not coming. They've arrested them. So it's like going to put fear in people, which of course it's really, really, really bad. And here, what they're saying, well, Jonathan says, well, APC was lawless. And then Comrade Dell came say, well, how can APC be lawless when it's a mandatory campaign for the APC? So should they abandon their campaign just because SLPP choose to behave in such a manner? But again, that's how people are looking at things, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to affect them. But again, here, Isata Kano says, it is disappointing to know that the current government is bullying the oppositions and individuals it is oppressing, and this should not work as a team. So we should end the bullying because the attitude is not right. When it comes to me, for me, even looking at it, I knew somebody passed away, and when Hassan confirmed me, I was like, oh my God. It's sad, it's one, but still is a life that we've lost. And that family are not going to be really
structural damage to others.
Yeah. And that's really, really sad. All of this happened. If they were not having all these ordeal going through, I don't think they would have come through this. Because look at what happened again. They are bringing injured people and they are still stopping them. It's a common sense. You see a hazard warning light on a car coming with full speed. You can see people literally, and you've heard that there have been an accident. What do you want to confirm? You're not medical personnel. They are rushing to a hospital. It was sad. But we pray that the people of Sierra Leone will work in unison, because at the end of the day, this is not just about APC or the opposition party. This is about Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
We should come together, because it has come to the point, I've said this before again, I'm happy that this came from a legal personnel saying the people are tired now, they are fighting back because it's too much. Sometimes you can see you're right, you think like, oh, let me just ignore. But I get to a point, you be like, no, I can't ignore anymore. I'm no longer a coward. I said, me seeing Dr. Samura talking for the first time, because he has been in such a position before, but he has always kept his cool. But I think it was like, I can't take this anymore. I have a voice and you people should hear me. And I think one of the words which still keep resonating in me is like, you are telling me this was an instruction. That same person that have given you that instruction, when anything comes out, it will tell you that I did not say so. I remember that loud and clear. I was like, oh my God, they have pushed this man to the point that he has to speak.
You have to tell them that they're lying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't a lie, because remember what Hassan says. They went again. There were people on the floor where there are no houses, just waiting for an instruction to open fire, just to open a fire, because that was the whole thing, nothing else. But again, we'll continue to pray, and God will protect us, really. So we just have to pray that we'll move on, and then all our by-elections, we will go there to campaign, because if not, this is how they're going to intimidate all the supporters not to come out to even register. Because look at that, they went to the town, nobody was there, they've disappeared. Because they said, we've dealt with them, we are coming for you. So the people ran away, which is wrong. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. They did the same thing in Koya. So we should continue to work together, comrades, because this is sad.
Okay.
Really, really.
Let me come over to Lawrence Fox. Let you give me your reaction to that, and then we'll come back to Hassan Legal. We'll talk about something else. Yeah, go on, Lawrence Fox.
Yeah, there are two things I want to talk about. One, two, if you remember, is Sembe Usman and God Meets the Food and Peter Abraham and the Mind Boy. When you push the people to the wall, rebellion are the answer. Why do you put military men to stop the people to go campaign? Who's Julia Jallo? Julia Jallo, one vice president. Then the other thing I want to talk about. I mean, Madam the talk about we get emergency in a salon. Not to say emergency response also. That Sanka, see people and they die of Sanka back happening. Madam the tell us about punch and I face, man. People are dying of Sanka. People are dying of accidents. The soldier man that we deploy so they make rubbish. Why didn't you send them to go save the people? And the people that taxes that they take so. Can you imagine that? You're using the people's taxes. Then now you stop the people and say they're not for go vote. Why are they not for go vote? Imagine when they go to the village, I went to the man, these are the first personality technique they tell you so. I don't know how they feel the emotion. Everybody get for abandon the tongue. So that's why you have to plan for that. Tell them for carry people have to be desperate. People get for being rebellious. They can't someone come out, quiet man, you see the man tell say do it now and do. Then push the thing, say then they're afraid, because if that people let me bounce back, I don't tell them, I say, Madam, strategy right now is to do what? You understand the point? Madam, strategy is to create a conflict situation. When I mark me word, in which he wants a negotiated settlement. And who's your foreign minister? We don't have a foreign minister.
But we don't forget him. We don't forget the next one.
No, we don't have a foreign minister. Now, just want to make one point quick. Couldn't on for minister.
You know, Savio.
They gave
No,
him that one. The
Former
former
Chief Minister, David Francis.
The former chief
Thank you.
minister.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the one.
doctor of what? No, he's no. Excuse me, sir. He's doctor what? Doctor of conflict studies. Also.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I don't tell him along. Me don't see him, but it says spiritually, physically. Marabio wants a negotiated settlement because that's he wants. And the people in a saloon desperate because they don't want Marabio. They don't lost him. He lost. He don't lost him. APC don't understand. Marabio has lost it. Promise them the Lunge Bridge. The economy is bad. Almost for fuel. 80. If you body before they go say play with Marabi, we are tired of buying the rice from 60,000 to 200,000. Now almost for one bag rice, 550,000. Now he's saying they gave us what? With Mama they give them pension 250,000. Almost at inflation. All let's say when you talk about Sudan, England, if you say petrol don't go up, yeah, they give you more money. But Madam, you know, they give people a Nazi. APC gave 500%. That's how we call out. Me at this saloon, 500,000 per my salary more. So as a teacher, I was making 160,000. I put 500,000. You know what I mean? And dance. So that Madam, they talk about it, they increase money now. It was done by Anes Komawe, care for the people of Saloon. Madam, don't care for people of Saloon. Anes Komawe didn't get money for buy. We didn't get money for COVID. What did he do? He bought what? Ambulance. I mean, he bought a what's ambulance. The man was, you see, say, Marabi was stressed. And thank you, Mr. Hassan, for making you know so with the Yeri and Kantiasu. And in this situation with this right now, people are desperate. People want Marabi out. And Marabi, if you want Tawa, you go be like a foolish sank. I'm telling you, it's not. I'm not asking. I'm telling you. I make it not bring a negotiated settlement for Ura. What is this guy then? Una for a minister. That's the one for do. So, Mr. Hassan, sir, Una continue for the brave up. What's happening?
Yes, sir.
Some of them are for surprise for the Kai side. Who the Kai side? I don't expect not to have this account for people of Sierra. We're tired. If you promise them, the guy is come up promise you. I must come up promise you deliver. They don't deliver all team. Am I making sense? So you might yourself come, forget a semblance of delivering the people and from them softening here. Why is the emergency response? Why make you go put Sojaman and not civilian place? Why make you not send the Sojaman and for go help? Because Sojaman they kind of crisis situation. Why should Sojaman come for come begin block? We're not doing the Jalo. Doesn't make sense to me, bro. The only thing they're doing is to create a conflict situation, which they want to do. They want to quiet people. And matter if you want to cross that line, I got for Wama. If APC allow for cross the line, what's going to happen? We the people like for Wama. In that situation, they do. Because if APC allow for cross the line, he's going to be a dictator. At that point, I think census figure here.
I want to share a quick video of Dr. Samura in I think just have a look.
Imagine, no, sorry, Wankasu. Imagine Samura Kamara. When they talk, he talk. They talk. See?
No, I know we are friends. I know you, but I'm talking about what you are doing here. This teacher basically. Okay, so you want to give me this question? I go back. Yes. Okay, let's talk. So I don't know. Not to explain enough of us. No, when I know. It is wrong. Are we right? It is wrong. All right. It is wrong. It's very wrong.
Right. We really somewhere they tell the man say, let we go campaign and are responsible for any problems. The man say you security dynamic and I need you. Now somewhere tell us say no, this is wrong and we dey go. You know? Tell us we dey go. So but anyway, we don't know. I just want to give me 2-line answer to these questions. APC supporters them will continue for being resilient in this way and get away with that, or SLPP go say, well, until Ona get away with them yesterday, now today, if we do it again, we go deal with you. What you think is for be the next rally or something like that for APC? Which are the we know say APC don't emboldened now for continue for resist. But does that mean that SLPP, the soldier Monday or police Monday when they send no go pull the trigger tomorrow? Mr. Fox, over to you.
Well, you don't let the pull the trigger. Listen, I'll tell you something. You don't let the pull the trigger. The people that they come against Madabio like a food is uncle. Because the people are tired, they want Madabio to go. So this is not like I say PCO, this is a Sierra Leonean thing. They don't want Madabio cannot deliver them. You know what
that means they don't succeed for them getting negotiated.
No, negotiations. Okay, now that side of that side of one camp, which is Mr. Ibai, yeah?
Ibai.
Yeah, I respect APC say they want to negotiate, they don't have peace. But peace doesn't mean we not get loan as salon. Doesn't mean that. The people are going to select them, but to get loan at this house. Me son, wait, my mother tell us how to call you papa for you, you know, because I get the line. So say I don't get law. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
You cannot allow Mother Bill to come and steal almost million euros. He thinks they go free this time. No. You cannot allow Mother Bill to sack like a pair. He thinks they go free. Not possible. You cannot allow Mother Bill to go to McKinney, kill people and think they go free. No. America don't tell us they don't commit murder. But I understand you guys, do you understand what I'm saying? Now stop this politics right. Say no, APC don't want this. No, I'm not sure APC don't want to. We people have salon for end this rubbish. If Samuel Kama is president, if you listen to we are Sierra Leoneans, am I making sense?
Okay, you're speaking from the angle of
civilian point of view, not APC point of view. From a Sierra Leone point of view.
Oh yes, I get you now.
Thank you. So I respect Mr. Ibai. Say okay,
yes.
Nice.
Ibai will speak from the angle of
the APC point of view. When we go change power and say no. If I don't APC back, I will change power from a Sierra Leone point of view. Say no.
Okay.
As a citizen, we want people to be punished for crime against humanity.
Okay. Quickly.
Am I making sense?
Yes. Quickly over to you, Ibai. Quick one. Then
Mr. Ibai, sorry, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. And thank you to the viewers again around the world. First and foremost, APC is a political party whereby we hold this for go campaign to the people them and win elections and come with an alternative. We always been to tell people then say the responsibility for civil disobedience and demonstration lies in the hands of civil society, unions, and other pressure groups. We as a political party, the SLPP is a political opponent. So as such, they were elected by the people, so that the people then go rise again against them. Which in our role is to offer alternative. And that alternative is always a peaceful way and democratically. So the behavior of the, when I listen to the Honorable Legal, what he explained just now, you find out, say, most likely some of them commanders can act overexcitedly, trying to look good to the government, head of state, or the vice president, whoever ministers, you know, and then can overstep the mark. But the situation never warrants them for display that kind of a aggressive attitude towards civilians, them, you know. So we condemn that outright. We condemn the violence, the attempted blocking of convoys of the opposition within the good campaign. So they look forward for change this government peacefully, and they don't draw we into many things. APC has been, you know, playing very civil and very respectful. And so we will continue that line, and we believe say we succeed, we win this election. We get an internal problem, which is the main problem right now. We some people they know they allow many process follow on so that we go get a formidable team. But we confident say we as APC we able to win there where we believe beat them flat on the ballot box at the polling station. And so we roll now to mobilize the JAMA, make a register, make we go pull their wire at the ballot box peacefully, and they will not resist people's power. I can assure you guys, they will not resist.
Okay. Well, no problem. Thank you very much, Political Barry. I want to make we shift the discussion over again to Mr. Hassan, the legal rep, well, the diaspora representative, now the 21-man committee. First of all, thank you once more for your narrative of what happened now this rally on Friday. Now we want to come to the internal area of the party. We see on social media a letter or sort of a press release going out to APC people from the chairman of the 21-man committee. They tell APC people for say the subcommittee within the 21-man committee, it don't dissolve them. Then it quotes certain areas now the ruling of George Fisher. And he also call on members for say any financial support they give towards the party. That financial support be directed to Ram as the chairman of the 21-man committee. That press release the way Alfred Peter Conte release been concerned a number of ways. But quickly after that, we see another press release. We come from the secretariat of the 21-man committee. The secretariat mentioned quite a number of things. It quotes from the same ruling of George Fisher for tell Alfred Peter Conte, when the chairman of the 21-man committee, for say, the right for put out the message and he was present when they constitute or when they elect the subcommittees they are so. And there's nothing inside the ruling which suggests say Alfred Peter Conte get the rights for dissolve the subcommittee or him for be the one way all funds for be directed to. Mr. Hassan Legal, we don't go through a lot within the APC as a political party. And we don't be very hopeful for say this particular 21-man committee will be the group of people and will go able to save the party from this intimidation and all this problem we go through as a political party. We get, let's say, less than 12 months into the general elections. We are concerned as people and as a representative of the diasporans. We want to hear from you. What are you take on all of this will happen within the APC 21-man committee? Over to you, sir.
So basically, make I just give a brief background for perspective so I go understand. And also now all aware of the judgment of the learned judge, Justice Adrian Fisher, where it been dissolved, NAC dissolved the national executive, but because a vacuum day, it made provision for the interim transitional governance committee, ITGC, what we call it 21-man committee because it constitutes of 21 people. So we say after Peter Conte, we carry the party going to court when I the plaintiff, saying for choose 9 people. The leader of the opposition at Parliament, Honorable Cherry Coco, for choose 8 MPs. And then forget 1 representative from the diaspora, 1 from the Youth League, 1 from the women, and 1 lawyer of 20 years, of at least 20 years standing. So now that be the composition will make we get 21 people them. But the judge be also say out of Peter Conte in 9 men, now they the chairman for Comot.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing we interesting, the judge not ever say that Peter Conte na the chairman.
Yes, indeed.
Because the 25-man committee, when are the ITIIEMC,
Yes.
where we get for appoint, the judge already appoint them chairman.
Yes.
So in there already, so now 24 people and now we get for appoint.
Yes.
But Peter Conte inside the judge not appoint. He just say out of a 9, now they the chairman for emerge.
Yes.
But Peter Conte will carry the party go na court, say the party undemocratic, they need to conduct elections and whatever. Ingrap, he appoints himself as the chairman without any election, without being voted for. You know, but we overlook all of them thing and day. All we want for let this be a peaceful transition so that the party will get what we want. We're able for elect with national executive. We're able for obviously all the other elections now from the lower level state to the national delegate conference. We're able to get with flag bearer. Because they don't get a flag bearer long term, SLPP. They don't really get a flag bearer. By now, we're supposed for them to get with flag bearer or for the campaign route, they go up and down route.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we accommodate that. We say, no, if you bring and come up. Some man, they say, no, you're wrong. Let it now. We say, no, left and no more. But cool people, they're suspicious of him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they talk to them. So, no, we left the man. They work with we now. Let we work together.
Mm-hmm.
Because initially, we come, he got a grand plan for carry place 3 people them. When are the diaspora rep, the youth representative and the women representative. So then for they get your own people they already we don't come up with.
Looking at the grounds.
Well, you say in being feel say this thing with Giam make him the efficiently he get so much power and authority for dictate within they happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes. See, them would already send other names then to her. So no, not to them for send names then to. The judgment say you pick 9 men, and out of that 9 men, then I did the chairman, they come out. End of, full stop.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
As
You
I
know,
make
you
us
get
stop
right for petition. Yeah.
Let us stop you quickly, make we understand something for the viewers, them purpose, yeah? Basically, they tell me, say, Alfred Peter Conte, they pick 9 men, including himself or whatever. Then, Honorable Cherry Coco, they pick 8 men. Then the other people that they come out from the institutions, them, the diaspora, the youth, and the legal man.
The women and one, yeah.
Yes. So, out of them position, they don't pick them people, and they now all for the Sidom, they wanna choose the chairman from the 9 men, or now Alfred Peter Conte for Sidom with your 9 men and pick the chairman and tell una say that the 9 men is.
No, then the judgment is specific. You pick 9 men. It talk about 21-man committee.
Yes.
21.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't you say decisions of the 21-man committee shall be by simple majority.
Mm-hmm.
All decisions of the 21-man. That the judge says specifically.
Yes.
So wait till the other way Alfred Peter Conte choose 9 men. Out of the 9 men, then I did the chairman. So what did I mean? Outside the 9 men, we cannot go forward for becoming chairman.
Yes.
Not only out of the 9 men then they. But then 9 men, then they nominate, but we suppose for vote for Uda for be the chairman from amongst the 9 men.
Because
now that's the order.
decisions shall be by simple majority.
Simple vote. All decisions of the ITGC.
Okay. All right. Move forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's clarified.
So can challenge then 3. So make can clear to her. Say you not get that authority there for petition anybody in here. Due to that now mandate. Obviously, we get a lawyer amongst we on practice for over 20 years. So you get experience, you read the ruling, specific orders them, you explain that to her for let you know. You know? So we can settle, we forget about that, you know. But the court can go, can adjourn, as you come back, the next meeting, a different man they come back. The thing that you don't deliberate on, or don't pass resolutions, or don't move on. And they bring come back. You know, say power this they have been tell like so you know come on a meeting, they go talk with other people, or they tell them waiting for do. So you know, agree with then people need them for come out. You know, they do that for the first week, all the meeting, and that no more wasted time. Say to the point where it gets really, really heated up at the meeting.
Wow. So
from that day, we get really heat up, Allah, everything, some man even blast for them, bank table, without the chair, weapon and gun. From that, yes. From that day now I go quiet. I think don't realize the power we even gets, you know, get her. And the people that we bring come in, they're not going able for protect Ayanda. They not get capacity. Though we boku pass them. If we can, because we want to work for the party, the interest of the party, we me show off the 12. In your 9, we not sure whether or not the party interest it gets or whether or not other considerations that it gets now in mind. But we be just work with them as far as whatever they do, they in the interest of the party, we they work with them. So when they create any difficulties. So after that, the first day, now we suggest Abdulka go take the minutes of the meetings. That's fine. So Abdulka go take the minutes. The second day now we'll go. As Abdulka they take, now say no, we say let Abdulka no take minutes. He appoints one part in one man there. What did they call Gaddafi? Let him take the minutes for that day. You know, I don't know if like we go somebody go tell and say a mistake you make, you know, for allow them for take minutes. So you say Abdulka no for take minutes, say at Gaddafi. Okay, Gaddafi take minutes. But they not get capacity. I doubt if Gaddafi be the right that day. So the next meeting now, Gaddafi not even come because you don't get minutes.
Wow.
You know, be they take notes, you know, write no minutes. So right now we come to the point of reading of, you know, last minute, Gaddafi no the minutes no the. Wow. So now one pande honorable what's his name here? One senior, not so like one senior man, Amidou, Honorable Amidou something. I don't forget his last name. 9 grab, he say one pan the reason the way the judge give we make we loss. He say because the statement the way we go see talk na court, APC say NAC all meeting, NAC make this decision or whatever. We'll not be able to present a single minute of them meeting then they say NAC take the resolution.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's very important. You know, let we be consistent. So from that day, Honorable Amidou suggests let we get secretary for this 21-man committee. So that at least we go get chairman now, they'll get with secretary, you know, say that and they permanently now with the work. So they agree. So what you do, one pan the honorable and grab, he nominates one pan in man them. When I experience man Aka, Alaji Aka. They say it be standing as Secretary General before years and years ago. Yeah, but now elderly man now. But in decline, say no go able.
Okay.
So now one pan the young man they really call Tasonko, na councillor AT Camara, SAT or STK Camara, something like that. But they call him Tasonko. So now in grab, he nominate Abdul Kagbo for be the
So from the nine, from the waiting the
from
nine.
the 9 men.
Okay. I see. So now he nominate Abdul Kagbo from the 12. All right. Let's move forward. Let's move
Hello?
forward. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, now somebody with the for call me. From the 9 man, Tasonko, he nominate Abdul Kagbo, somebody second arm. So put on to vote. The vote was unanimous.
Okay.
Including in the Peter Conte. We all vote. Say, okay, let Abdul Kagbo be the secretary.
Okay.
So Abdul Kagbo be the secretary now. So now if somebody back grab suggest, well, since they don't dissolve the executive, we don't get financial secretary, we don't get organizing, we don't get publicity. So a lot of form committees them we go cover them positions and they.
Yeah.
So somebody moved the motion. We'll get 5 standing committees. The motion was seconded. So put on to vote, unanimous votes. Everything was, smooth. So the committees, 5, secretariat, finance, organizing, publicity, legal affairs committee. So we vote for people the way they did, and then committee, then all the votes were unanimous. 21 out of 21. No, in fact, it was 20. Because the madam out there been give the task for write the minutes that they not be calm. So be absent. So now 20 out of 20 votes. Unanimously for all them position and they. Now they get me.
They get you clearly.
So moving on now, say the court order them in give time span by which you for don't conduct certain things them, and the most pressing one them now for let we promulgate the rules for the conduct of lower level elections.
Yes.
If we don't done them by the 27th, I think the 27th of May, now we're supposed for don't done them, and we get up until the 3rd of June for submit them to PPRC. So obviously the Legal Affairs Committee, now we own task that one day. So now we work on that document. Obviously we get input from the whole committee, certain things they know put so them vote for, now the committee decision, we just make sure say whatever they na the constitution and we really put na the rules. So that nobody no get opportunity for challenge anything tomorrow. Try not to go outside the constitution at all. I make we watch the rules, we reference any side will make any rule with the reference and this 2022 constitution. The only side we some people will challenge now the fees the way we charge no more. We're not in the constitution. Because no one delay, no one let anybody can petition anything, can't delay with. So I make we do on that way.
Yes.
So we succeed in doing that. And then we go to PPRC, submit the rules then to PPRC. And then PPRC chairman not been there, they say travel. But the lady with the next to on the secretary, other people let me present to submit them. So they make a record, they say the chairman for can the following day, then go make So now we go. So they go now to meeting and they think about all them other things, then the party activities, they think about fundraising now for the by-elections, or they think about how for appoint them 25-man committee, all them things then they now while to the wait for let PPRC gazette the rules. Because they gazette the rules, they mature after 14 days. They gazette them for 14 days. If after that 14 days, no petition, no nothing, we start with lower level elections them immediately. So now that's what they wait for. So PPRC sent me a letter now acknowledging receipt of the rules. And they say even in the absence of the chairman, then came gazette the rules.
Okay.
There's no need for which let the chairman come. They say, but out of an abundance of caution, then just want to inquire as to whether or not we don't deal with the petitions them. So if we don't deal with the petitions them, let me just let them know and send them a copy of the minutes of the meeting. We'll deal with them. If we don't deal with the petitions them, let we do that and send them evidence of that. And then they go able for gazette the rules. So basically, the gazetting of our rules now is dependent on us dealing with these petitions.
Yes.
So whose petition they talk about? Because we don't deal with petition. We've been facing and then 3/4 women can say for change, the diaspora, the youth and the women. But then they make reference to a letter dated the 26th of May, where they petition certain people. Now we say, well, we're not aware of this petition, or not receive no petition. You know? Now we ask the chairman, I say no, he say, you don't know about that petition day. You know? Then yes, I've Peter Conte. He say not aware of that petition day. But luckily, Honorable AKK, I don't know how he able to get him. Somebody send them to him, like in phone. So now I open them, now I check the number of the person who signed the Ibrahim Suri. So a name come up now in phone and see as somebody where is Sabi.
Yes.
Even picture come up. Now I ask chairman, he said, but you not Sabi this in the Peter content. Now I say yes, he said I Sabi am. He said, but I don't know see na Ibrahim Suri. I know more for Rahim. I say, but now the person this way petition, and now you bobo this one all the canaya every day way Peter content they go na party office. Now and that Rahim bobo they go. Yes, now they only go inside motoka. We go na party office now they see big banners them of Peter Conte face.
Yes.
Chairman of that both sides. And then bobo they go hang them banner that day.
Wow.
So somebody like that, they go petition the committee or members of the committee without your knowledge. So we put in some difficult position for intelligent people they deal with. Now I say, well, I don't know if I be receiver, but I go look at it. I don't receive beaucoup letters them. I don't know, but I go look, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
They not tell me. So basically, that man aware, even create the suspicion, say, possibility, they say, na in give them, but then the names of them people and they will want for let them petition. If they behind this petition, they not tell me.
Wow.
You say, I go look. So the following day, I cow the letter with the petition letter, we then copy to PPRC. So we're not aware until people with PPRC we encounter we notice. The keeper. And they address to Alfred Peter Conte, chairman of the interim
PPRC send that letter to him?
No, now the Bobo write to him, he copy PPRC. PPRC now then letter then write to we for acknowledge receipt. Now they make mention of that letter.
So now after I don't put on a corner, now they take out the letter now.
The following day, yes, now I call the letter now. Say, I don't go see and blah blah blah. But because yes, we don't want to create anything, we don't get with suspicions already.
Yeah.
But we just want to forget a smooth transition. We don't create anything. Now it's okay. Well, now waiting to happen. Now this PPRC the Wale will do according to the letter. So let the Legal Affairs Committee then handle that one day. Draft something where you, the Peter Conte, will sign, will send them to PPRC. So we don't deal with this tier. The 21-man committee is properly constituted. So that PPRC...
When I listen, those folks are listening, everybody and the viewers, when I listen to this one, also, clear.
So that PPRC go...
Big man, you listen very, very well because I want cancer. What?
No worry, you
So
the cancer, you the cancer.
This is definitely a breaking news. This is definitely something breaking. It's breaking. Really sad. But anyway, yes. Go ahead, Liga.
Go ahead, sir. You know,
so
apologies for the one day where the thing say the show go end, but this will go for an extended one. Let me extend them. Let complete this one. Let mass, let whole thing done. Yes, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
So let the Legal Affairs Committee draft something where you go sign so that PPRC go gazette with rules. So that after 14 days, you go able to start with lower level elections. Mm-hmm. So don't hold that meeting and everything. Everyone was fine. Say, okay, no problem. You know. So Legal Affairs Committee engaged, we draft a very, very comprehensive document, you know, and make reference to the Constitution and the court order for say the 21-man committee is properly constituted and we don't deal with all petitions them, including any other petition who will come in the future. We make reference to the court order and the Constitution for sure, say we all yonder, we all suppose for the day, we did it legitimately. Mm-hmm. So if anybody petition itself in the future, at that PPRC will look at say, well, no, they all did it legitimately, they don't deal with that. So give Peter content and the following day now, we'll read that, fine one. Well, let me man sign, say no, he's saying it is sign now.
Really?
The man tell why he's saying it is sign. Not to him tell we for go write letter for and we grab number go write. So in the right time on your own, in the writing your own letter. You are not legally minded. This thing for come together.
Yeah, go ahead. The man said for go write your letter for him.
Yes. So well, we say okay because we just want a smooth transition. If you want write them.
Wow. You break up there.
Yeah, sorry. All what you want, let this thing go so PPRC go gazette with rules.
Yes.
Now it's okay. So now me man come up with some kind thing we don't draft. If we be send that kind letter to PPRC, we are finished. What did the man write is so vague. It's so vague, you know, even deal with the issue of the petition.
Oh my God.
You know, seriously, now we say, no, we can't send this to PPRC.
Wow.
So begin debates, so kind draw one begin calm, because people begin create the point the finger para now. So now send the bobo for go petition.
Yes.
You know, how we get ulterior motive. Because the man and they will not get reversed. There's some MPs they inside, they not get reversed. They enter them straight there and then. You know? So draw, begin calm, all it, then they Allah. So eventually we manage to conclude that meeting. But because people we don't get them bad feeling, because we don't become confident now, say, go, what could we? Mm-hmm. Whatever had been emotive before, now this is the reality. Let we work in the best interest of the party.
Yeah.
Now we they go around and the diaspora, we they talk to man and at the diaspora, they tell and say Peter Conte, the thing that we don't know to true, they work on behalf of the party for softening people them. Yeah. Because even that party office, the grassroots them in the wait for them. You know, say Salomon, the way they think you care them party go now court.
Yes.
Now that they understand, they hate you got, they don't want. Now we they soften them. So if they ride on we, so when people then they encourage them, then they embrace them. If it's saying they become popular, you know, not saying that because of we. So the following they will go to the meeting. another confusion go happen back. So the meeting no hold. From there now, in go now, he call the whole meeting and now with 9 men. They need to involve we anymore. In fact, now 8, because one lady we didn't suspect in the lean towards we own side, they not call her, they not trust them. So the 8, they negotiate on to Bundu, Honorable Bundu in office now Wellington Streets. I didn't go whole meeting that day. That day they will call column, me try for call column, Honorable Abdul Kago try for call column, will send messages then to for let we come together, let we get a meeting. Because all what you want, you don't want delay, you don't want anything they delay with.
Yes.
So sometimes they can put with pride aside, try for reach out.
Yes.
But that day they will call and say, pick, respond to the messages. And from that day, we just see no more like they pull up press release. That stupid press release they will pull that day.
Wow.
So we decided to, well, if now this is not the case, we can't sit back, we get for counter. So we go meet up in a party office. We did it till midnight.
No, Mr. Waka, so 1 second, sir. The press release, wait there for the penny money to them. Can you imagine that?
Yes.
I don't talk
So
to sorry, sir.
And before that, we don't pass resolutions in a meeting where instead vote for change the signatories them at the party account. Then we appoint the Secretary General, done him with the head of finance, for be the signatories to the account. Yeah. So we don't pass all that resolution day. So why make it for go say they not for pay money at the party account and then for send and to? How you don't dissolve all standing committees? You don't get that authority day. You don't get that power day. You can't. The guy is like, you don't get better capacity. You don't get people in back with the advice and properly. So now that's not the problem. So basically now that's not the situation. Now we have been there for counter that the press release day. We have come out with your press release for get the record straight. So from that day now, it's like all over the place, social media, people in the blast forum, the grassroots now, the blast forum now. So instead of don't afraid now, I don't know if you will get confidence for come back in a party office, we don't know. But now that's not the situation. It's like, consistent. And people they always tell me, say that Monday not consistent too. That Monday not consistent. If you want to talk with the try for, say no, that Monday different now, they work for the party. Then they tell we say that Monday not the one they will
No, sorry, sir. I'll ask you something. Who is Alfred Peter Conte? What did they do? And that question for begin ask for. Who is Alfred Peter Conte? What is he doing?
No.
Yeah.
Carry on first. Carry on. He's the chairman.
No, the chairman.
Now, chairman, but what if they do first? We make it go to court first.
Not left leg.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah,
Because of that, so.
Yeah, more deal with this. Let's go on.
We can go into all our one day. But because of one delays, even with the appointing, we are appointing self as chairman, supposed for, but we ignore all inside and day.
Yeah. Because
time not in our side. But it don't make himself now the most unpopular person at the country. He's so unpopular right now that they blast for our left, right, and center. It not be no say it be the ride on we. So we protection and we be the protector.
So what I want to ask you now, since it don't put out that press release day, we will not counter. It don't kind of party office, we don't hold a meeting after that.
No, I say not even contact anyone per way. Even who go na this for go support with people in Samara Bendubu.
Yeah.
He as the chairman to post for the day for the 2 weeks. The day, no member of the 9 men that we choose, they not come.
Una try to reach out to other members of the 9 men.
No, we don't discuss in a meeting. That's what they talk every day, especially that Samara Bendubu.
Yeah.
So for the good day, we go there this weekend. We don't plan all that thing and so now a matter of who that one for go no more or who that able for go for join the group. That we all go. So then they're not show any interest, and we still don't get to the point now we we need to reach out to them anymore. We get the secretariat. The secretariat can call meeting. The chairman, now in the chair meetings, it not necessarily means a pass now in the call meeting. So with the plan, say we next meeting, we go write draft response to PPRC, signed by the secretariat on behalf of the 21-man committee, submit them to PPRC, let them gazette with rules. So now that's now we plan.
So that's legal. When they consult with Adrian Fisher, when the judge will pass the ruling, when they consult with her, what they do right now as the situation there.
No, we don't need for consult the judge. The matter in a court, the judge in your own mandate and the matter are up until the game final judgment. A final judgment. We don't need for go to her for anything. Now make in judgment, he say we forget a legal person of 20 years standing. So Fisher not expect we for go back to him. In fact, if we go back to her, go ask we say, but waiting argue another lawyer for waiting they do Alpha Jallo.
Okay.
If we go ask her any question about that ruling day, it will be disappointed. What are you going to lawyer for? You're not able to interpret them simple here. We all did for interpret them things then they.
So
when they go to official, you know, make sense.
People with the concern say the party go there in the stalemate where Peter Conte don't pull out the 12-man. Are we expecting another fresh court case or whatever? I don't know. Are we going to move on with this 12-man one against now also?
Yeah, well, we need to say 12-man. Now 21-man committee. We get a group, 21-man committee group forum. Yeah?
Yes.
So we'll call meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Put on at the group.
Yeah.
At the usual place.
Yes.
So we they go at the meeting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we will go there, we'll go deliberate, make decisions, and move the party forward. Anyone pan the way come, you're welcome. A couple of them, they will seem for, I believe say pick the number because the one day will be there now, they afraid for come forward, been get people there. So you just end up for pick people, no more they recommend. Because that man who I talk about Tasonko,
yeah.
and office say he subscribe to the own agenda.
Uh-huh.
I'm not even sure say he aware of the agenda. He's just there for the party.
Yes.
He's just there for the party.
So what about the lady who don't even call party?
Naim, him back, they don't isolate and they not trust them anymore. So like them kind of day, if we call meeting, they go come.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They go come. They'll go deliberate on issues. We just need 2/3 majority, 14 out of 21. So now 12, we just need 2 people from them.
Okay.
We can make decisions and move the party forward. So eventually, they will continue for either expose themselves or then come join we, then ride on we protection. Because if they isolate themselves, then freedom will tight for them.
Wow.
Seriously. If they isolate themselves, freedom, now we no more will able go side with them, talk for them, we go make. Right now, if they go under, then go boo them. Then task force, but they gas with it. The other in the bloody right now. If I didn't be big banner, they will end. Then one go born under next day.
Huh?
They say they don't go born. Yes. Now we tell them say no, na left farm.
Wow. Well,
so
wow. Well, make we go to Ibari.
At this moment,
Ibari, ask questions. Ask
yes. Thank you. Because what to make a jump in, our legal don't really try, don't explain to we, and you don't give away the whole story, and it definitely talk what thing really happened. I mean, you not talk as somebody way probably lean to somewhere else other than
basically that the kind of representation
so,
we expect from the diaspora.
Yes.
Yes, we really appreciate.
Yes, and also it represent not only what they call it represent even Peter Conte where come on the diaspora.
Yeah.
So in the main neutral man at that place because you get supporters of Peter Conte in the diaspora when they represent them back. You see what I mean? and then the other various movements them where they get to the voting call. Now, then, Seth, I think with this revelation, then Seth go sit today and go listen and go understand, say, well, unfortunately, Peter Conte in agenda is not about reform. You know, this is something we all along, the overwhelming majority of we've been on, they say this guy is being sent by agents or an agent who can destabilize the party. This is a typical example of how he tried for bend the rules and how he tried for take over the party, whereby he is a committee chairman, an APC committee or 21-man committee chairman. He is not an elected chairman by the membership. You understand? This time the man not able to understand. So therefore, with this in attitude, at least for Yeri from legal say, then they continue, and I hope say the legal advisor of 20 years of experience go now with legal himself, then go now put heads together and say, okay, let's move on until to the point where make them go to Judge Fisher, not to the other members and the therefore go to Judge Fisher. The other member, they not get time for waste, may then continue. That is what thing I see on this whole matter. Because Peter Conte not seems to understand the legal, what they call, and not a person. You see the problem with me, brother Lawrence, they asked for Peter Conte. Peter Conte was just a chapter member in New Jersey. He attempted for run for secretary, he failed. You know, imagine a chapter level. So he has really, not get the experience, at all. Now people then they use them and they no one come forward, but then go come forward. They say bele uma you hide the bele one day go show. You understand? Then go most one day come forward because there will be a point where they're not able to hide again. They will come forward. And while then they hide, we want to go forward. That is the thing. Thank you very much, legal. I'm so proud of you,
sir.
brother. I'm so proud of you. You work excellent. You don't show say yes. The diaspora has people them for record with, and we're so proud of you. You job. You don't do diligently, and I pray Almighty guide you through until to the finish. And we rely on you 100%. And anything where you do, and you get 100%. I mean, if I can paraphrase. Infali 103% of we support you get up.
You know what? The platform you get Randy Brown, they watch, they listen. We get Umaru Conte, we get Adama Mambu, we get names them Wabi Talk Along, we get Kari Kamara, blah. Then they Sweet Bonita, they in touch with them right now at the platform, and then they listen. And trust me, we get Prezo song. You know, we get them. We all did the word Jatu Kurma and stuff. You know, look, now I want to come to you, Lawrence Fox, yeah? Me, I don't know whether a capacity problem Alfred Peter Conte get on a deliberate thing, because as an legal they tell we say, this man probably whether he don't sit down, they don't talk to her, and the lawyer don't talk to her, we don't understand the rule, don't interpret the ruling for her. It's like for say, when they don't agree, it's like they go listen to other people there. The way he come back the following day, a completely different thing he come with back. After all the interpretation, whether a capacity issue gets on a people in the scrum, they tighten the screw behind them. I don't know. Over to you, sir. Over to you, Mr. Fox. Over to you. This is baffling for me, man. It's baffling. Trust me.
What is guy me? Where are you, Hassan? If I be president, I'll put you vice president. They run the country for me. Because you announce and I'm done. When it's a kind of decision and they make proper decision. Because you did, it's a very, everybody accident. Okay, now go to load always people in time. I'm going to Peter Conte first. Listen, when you talk about court of law, this is about a lawyer. The first one they ask you first is, what do you do for a living? Because the judge they use them, Eliza, the judge they use them for a ruling. The judge they use them for do a ruling. Because they don't look at you, say whether you're useless or you're dumb. So you're not fit for bring that kind of person they come before me. So So you don't know when they make it ask you, say, what do you do for a living? And I make it ask you that. So who's Alfred Peter Conte? That's the question. Who's Alfred? Now that question for the ask you, who's Alfred Peter Conte?
I have no
Alfred
idea.
Peter Conte, thank you. Alfred Peter Conte is just dumb. He's stupid because the future say in a chairman for APC, you know, say they're in a democratic society. But the question I'm also picking the what they so what will make decision, they take the what's done for us, vote back. I'm gonna make a ruling, but when they talk about policy, shall be policy. If I can't talk about that 500 million, enough for me now. Call all people and stakeholders, they all agree. I think I'm gonna Facebook why they blast. But then they will go blast people, we don't care. But the point is, who's Alfred Peter Conte? Who's Alfred Peter Conte? We don't even know him. So if we don't know that Alfred Peter Conte, we don't know Alex Kuroma before he's on president. We don't know Mada before he's on. Mada, you're 22 years, not work. Am I making sense? Who's Lawrence Fox? But let people that listen to me, they respect me. They know say, I do something. We don't have Peter Conte first. That's that question we ask. So it thinks, now go to the point. It thinks say, like an inner chairman of the party. We don't have to pay money to her. Are you dumb? People have money at APC belong to the party, and the party get the money. And this strong way for should be taken by all 21 members. It's democratic. Now they can go against Fisher and
Absolutely.
Fisher and enforce it. Dumb. That's stupid. I you can tell me say 9 man and for you for same say the 21 man them now for and then for choose chairman and all executive position. But you tell me say inside the 9 man then that Peter Conte, Alfred Peter Conte is not supposed to be chairman. He's not supposed to. Never is he supposed to. Another part for dissolve, sorry. Another part for dissolve, no committee under, none.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Another part.
Now make Hassan, Mr. Hassan, I make sure say una take una minute. Make sure
Oh yes, absolutely. When they make that mistake, they are told.
You are legally minded. You are legally minded.
The minutes, everything.
Thank you. The minutes, very, very important.
Yeah.
So then, the also want Mr. Yankasu before I go. Let Alfred Peter Conte know say, una na APC for dissolve your chairman and una vote to the put come.
Exactly.
He's not chairman. What's he do?
Exactly.
A vote, simple vote. When I can tell from a 9 man when choose, and I get another chairman on a pull up.
Yes, from your 9 men. You choose somebody else to vote for.
When you're actually legally minded, the 9 man, the 9 man. When I choose from them, when I choose from my own side.
Yes, absolutely.
Like,
it's still within the judgment.
When I tell her get out, when I can tell her when I beat her, if I don't beat her, because the judge is not going to listen. But the judge don't say go and organize. If you don't for organize, then get out. This is illegal. I mean, you see the legal nature in the talk. Legal nature is what you have the right as members, 21 man, for make a decision. If I don't write to them, once you just show evidence, you know, say evidence. I don't write to una for coming, you know, come. Now you business that. Why don't you not just fetch for the 40 man canon when it's in the gun? Because I don't tell you, say, Alfred Peter Conte, I don't tell us we for going to court, but get Alfred Peter Conte out. But okay, we don't get time. But that don't mean say if they play around the rules. That's crazy. You don't play around the rules, big man. You don't play around the rules. You know what I mean? So that you're above. No. The party can go on. They can hold people into ransom. It's not legally minded. They don't understand what you talk about. I mean, when you are taking this show, you bring everybody together. Am I making sense? Everybody together will take a decision. I mean, also I want to take decision and make everybody understand that decision they will want to take. All agree. Thank you so much, Owanka.
Thank you so much, Lawrence Fox. You know what? I wish we can carry on, but we don't stretch reviewers them so much today. You understand? But this is very, very necessary for me we get this narrative from Hassan, legal. Of course, from what happened at the Sama Bendugu, the rally and stuff like that, coming all the way to the press releases, the OC. So we want for actually thank him so much for the time we take. And in fact, now this evening time, he reached Freetown. He just sit down straight away into this show. You know, really wind down it properly. So I want to tell and thank you on behalf of this platform. I want to come to Sweet Bonita, myself giving you take from all waiting down here, so and all that, the party office, you know, what everybody they expect with a content if the candidate tomorrow, you know, my God, APC party, man, let me try, let me move forward, man, you know. Anyway,
Honestly,
the internet they play off right now, Sweet Bonita.
well. No
I tell you what.
violence, please. Yeah, Comedel is saying no violence.
No violence, yeah. Well, I believe say people in there party.
Can you get me? Yeah, no violence content, whatever his name is.
You did break up.
People have always said he's an agent from Mother Name to do some kind of manipulations in the party.
Okay.
And again, people are just agreeing to that. Alaji Fula is just agreeing to that. SLPP, well, he has exposed himself. His agenda to come into the party, this is what it was. It wasn't coming in genuineness. But again, we have
Sweet Bonita, you're breaking up. No. Sweet Bonita. Anyway.
In the meantime, I can go rest whilst Sweet Bonita the break
one for say thank you to you as an leader.
Among the team.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you effort. And just let
be able to say as 9 months should come from there.
Una the 21-man committee.
Chairman, so if he's no,
una make efforts for calm. Una make effort for calm. Now we will give you a chance, make you go rest. One for tell you plenty, thank you. May go rest.
No problem.
Yes, and we really appreciate your time and thank you.
All
very
right,
much.
thank you. Anytime when I need updates from the 21-man committee, obviously we get people in there with different expertise. You know, like this PR system, we'll get parliamentarians, they will be able to talk about it. So whenever on are ready, the census, we'll get people who will be able to come, you know, talk to them. And I'll just give you enough notice no more. I don't know, go, you know,
absolutely
talk to them and get somebody. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, guys. And I said they do a great job. Keep up the good work and spread the good message.
Thank you very much. One can quick, giving you last word, Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox, giving you one last word. 2 seconds, 2 minutes. Give you last word. Last word. Mr. Fox, go ahead. Come on, man.
The only last word now, and the Peter Conte for no say, you always see the legal man tell you,
yeah,
it can be voted out. So the 21-man committee that then get a force. Let me get a force like DNA. You know, you understand that yet, eh? If you get an DNA, it can be voted out, then the court accepts that decision, because it's a 21-man committee, we take a decision against one man.
I like that side.
21-man committee, democracy, then they prevail.
I like this side where you caution, say, if there's going to be a new chairman,
that can be a new chairman.
To come from the 9-man.
Exactly, I choose somebody from the 9-man ready for dance.
I like that side.
Ready for medicine go before.
Absolutely. Okay. Okay, over to you, Mr. Ibarri. Give me your last word, man. Give you last word.
Yeah, finally, we don't establish some facts. One, the census is bogus, it's wrong, it's manipulated for make them get advantage. Number two, we resist people's power walk na Sama Bendugu, and we able exercise with freedom and with rights. Thirdly, we don't follow due process. We don't respect the law, as evidently shown by the action of the members of the 21-man committee, especially the one them way then at the APC side, not to the Jamfa one them. And then also we don't exercise patience up to a point where we go say enough is enough. And finally, the work must go on with the 21-man committee. We want to move on and we want to win election 2023. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Political Ibarri. Sweet Bonita not able for day in for chat with we because of a network problem. But it has been a very, very interesting stuff today. We really appreciate the input of Hassan Legal. We also want to say thank you to Lawrence Fox for in your own submissions they also we make. We tell them plenty thank you. And we also want to say thank you to the viewers them. We, make the comments them. We get Randy Brown, we get Umaru Conte, Adama Mambu, we get Prezo J, we get Wati, Wabito Kalong, Kadika Maragla. We get quite a number of people that are watching now. So right now, we don't exceed we normal time, but it is worth waiting. We get Jusu Kuroma, we be there, Solomon Jawa, himself now one of the people that we regular with we. Want to tell everybody thank you for the participation into this very important topic here today. And of course, we continue for rejects this census, just like we Ibagi does reiterate that. We continue for be resilient against security intimidation, and we continue for expose the things them way these governments depend do we not good for we nation. And come 2023, we could make sure see we pull SLPP from the State House and APC will replace them. And the only political party would make Salon better. So with that said, Mina Comrade Owan Kasu, joined by Sweet Bonita, one of the co-hosts, and we very important guest for this show tonight. Na Salon, the man we call Lawrence Fox, and of course we get the political Ibari, the man we the in and out of Sierra Leone, then at the war front all the time. Just come back about just over a week ago from Freetown, and there's another plan for go back to go mobilize the people then. And we get the technical team at the background, Mr. Mo Bangura, Mr. Delwin Thomas, Arun Pape, and we get all host of people and technical man there. We get the monologue show where they come every week to with ABS, the ABS. Now in the Ronda one day for we want for tell you thank you. And we also get the women's program where they come every month. We launch them very, very soon. Every month we get women's program only. So that said, the time now 9 o'clock na Freetown, Sierra Leone, and 10 o'clock na UK. We want for end and so. And we want for telling plenty thank you. And I go end them up with this one. Make we all get a good time. And next week, same time, we get interesting projects for the back.
We do this for Salon. From 2018, where you be the president, Friday and Sunday. The people in the play for make you pay the debt. I say, Marabio, the people in don't know say you they lie, yo. I say, Marabio, the people in don't know say you they thief, oh. Now because of Fatima, you know they only come to buy for Fatima. You don't make the country down, so Fatima. You they make the people so fine, Fatima. Hey, now because of Fatima, you know they not the bone for Fatima. You the babuna because of Fatima. Who pape take a for Fatima. Who the who can say we not because of Fatima. Who pape why you know the rule we find. Mind you not for safety you be signed. Every day you they fly. And you left the people and cry. Go, why for peace so? Now we been say yes, now we say no. The people let this gone if you don't know. 2023, you the back. I say Marabio, the people let don't know say you the lie, yo. I say Marabio, the people let don't know say you the thief, oh. Now because of Fatima, you know the only country by for Fatima. You don't break the country down, so Fatima. It dey make the people so fine, Fatima. Hey, because of Fatima. You know the nani gon boy Fatima. Feel the bokuna because of Fatima. Opa beteka, boy Fatima. I woulda look and say when I because of Fatima. Marabio, see the biggie then they cry. Marabio, see the people then they die. Marabio, see education they die. Marabio, everybody just say Marabio. The people that don't know say you they lie. I say Marabio. The people that don't know say you they thief. And because of Fatima, you know the ruling country fine. Boy Fatima, you don't make the country down. So Fatima, you they make the people so fine. Fatima, and because of Fatima, you know the nani born. Boy Fatima, you the bokuna because of Fatima. Opa beteka, boy Fatima, I woulda look and say when I disco. I say Marabio, the people that don't know say you they lie.
Well, till next time, Mina Komedo and Kasu, thank you very much. Sunday, same time, 6 o'clock Freetown time, 7 o'clock UK time. We come back to now with a very interesting program. And I want to remind you, I say we need for the raise fund for we party from all angles, all the branches them, therefore come up with a fundraising program them for help the party move forward. Thank you once again, Mina Komedo and Kasu.